That's how you start a fun evening with friends, right? Some punk rock in your mouth.
Is that what you do? Is like you start off and you're trying to find this like the play button? Is that why there's like a delay?
No. I like the delay. I like the delay.
Okay,
Sometimes if I hit it too quickly, then it does this thing where it mutes us. The system, the software needs improvement.
Okay.
Hello, people at Streamlabs. Good evening, Darth Sean. Good evening, Don Foolio. How are you?
All I'm hearing is repetition and echo. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
No repetition, no echo.
So whenever you guys speak, there's a delay and then it repeats like 5 times on my side. All right, let me leave and rejoin.
Yeah, leave and rejoin. Let's do that. Metallica's better. 144. Oh, right in there.
Just to answer
right in there.
104's little vibe about my data. Apparently, it's better than Don Foolio's.
Yeah, well, at least there we go, you know.
Because I don't have like that echo shit, yeah.
With a name like Don Foolio, listen. Whoa, holy shit, Gavin Coomer. Easy there, buddy. We need to save that for retirement.
Gavin Coomer donated 140 South African rand. Nearly weekend, gonna be a rad stream tonight.
There we go. Don Foolio, you're back.
Backstreet Boys are better.
Backstreet Boys are better. Backstreet. Find a good like framing for this. Is that better? Is that the nice one? Is this the nice one? I don't know.
I mean, you could go the other one and have us at the bottom, though.
That.
Yeah, because what's the other one? Like, go bigger where you are bigger and we're at the bottom, because it's not like you can see our faces anyway.
Yeah. All right, sure, if you want to. Just have to get a little higher, some above the screen. Hi. How are you guys?
Matthew, I don't even need to say anything spicy tonight to get this video demonetized. Jerm will do it all by himself. I'm here for it. Let's take that money. Hello, Miss Spicy.
Chest Pains Instigator, X-ray emoji, has become a member.
I'm good, how are you? How are things, boys?
Get it yourself. What's been happening?
Same old. Grinding.
How's your week?
New? Yeah, it's chilled. Hello, vibes. Just carrying on. And you, Doshor?
Yeah, the same old. Just grinding, working, having to deal with Mork and his shit and have to carry that.
I haven't spoken to you for 2 days. Suck my balls.
That just proves my point. It just proves my point that you don't even phone me to ask me, hey, buddy, how's it going with you? Because when you phone me, it's always like, I got this idea, let's do this, and I'm like, okay, all right. Never just. Hey,
I was trying to spend time with you.
Like wined and dined before I get screwed.
I was trying to spend time with you, and I went like, listen, like let's play Diablo together.
Let it go.
Yeah, no, sure, getting it. I'm like, okay, it's fucking 2 weeks later, still waiting.
You guys should get a room.
Yeah, this is our internet room.
This is the room, yeah.
Here we go, 144. When Jerm says hello, you are demonetized. That's basically what's going to happen.
No,
this is how much we care about monetization. We got Jerm on like a month after we got monetized.
Yeah,
that's it.
Suck my balls, YouTube. I say that now. When it goes away, I'll be like, oh, this is terrible. I'm being oppressed. Oh Lord. Anyway, I hope everybody's got a nice cup of coffee, keeping warm. It's I think it's a cold front coming the weekend, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
These apps just lie. I saw the sun on my app. It's like Friday, Saturday, sun. Nothing.
Oh, right. So listen, actually, before we get into this, I have something to moan about, and it's government related, so it's going to segue us, and it'll segue us nicely into the topic of other governments.
Okay,
but let me just quickly get it. Here we go. I got like it really annoyed me, like deep annoyance. I just want to get both things ready. Here we go. Yeah, screen share up. So which one should I do first? So this happened a while ago. Not a while ago. Yeah, not really a while ago, but I want to moan about it now. Just because there was a tweet and it was just like, mother, I'm just like, I was sitting in the car reading this, waiting for the wife after work, and I was just like, oh, I am so annoyed. So this happened recently. If you guys saw this. Massive public outcry over Cape Town's controversial 2025-2026 budget proposal. The city has received significant public pushback to a proposed 84 billion rand budget, with more than 14,000 submissions during the public participation process held between 28th of March and 2nd of May. So 1 month of public participation at a specific location, obviously, and you can come moan there. Basically, what happened was the objections focused on proposed tariff structure, which is based on property value, including fixed charges for water and sanitation. Now, the reason I'm bringing this because we spoke about this, I think last, like a Monday or the Thursday, we were chatting about this whole vibe of like, you know, electricity, property valuation, this kind of cuck, and it really, really triggered me. And you know what triggered me further? So basically what they want to do is they want to like, what it seems like they want to have, instead of objection proposed to the tariff structure, which is based on property valuations, includes fixed charges for water sanitation. So what it appears to be is they want to charge you like, you know, municipal rates for water and sanitation, maybe like also like, you know, picking up your garbage and all this horseshit based on the property value of your property. And I'm going, wait, how the fuck does that make sense? Sorry, I can't swear. It's not okay. How does that make sense? So, for example, say for hypothetically, AJM was living in like he won the damn it.
Who's AJM?
he was here last night. A friend of ours that's always in the chat, right? But let's hypothetically say someone. Let's pick Gavin, right? Let's go Gavin. No, let's go Don Foolio. Don Foolio plays the lottery, right? And he wins the lottery, right? And he decides, listen, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to go buy myself a nice ass house, 10 mil. I'm going to drop some billies on that. I'm going to get a nice house and he's going to live there. And then now he's going to go out and find himself a missus. And now he's going to be pretty extra careful because, you know, gold diggers be gold digging, right? And, you know, now Don Foolio is like, he's gold now. Now, the city of Cape Town wants to charge him based on how much his property is worth for them collecting his garbage and his, you know, him showering once a day. He's probably going to shower twice a day now. He's going to shower and have a bath because he's loaded, right? And now the city's going to charge him more based on the evaluation of his property, not how many people are in the residence. Which
also sounds how many bags he creates. Just exactly how many bag,
yeah.
So you'll be paying more than me, who lives in a shack, and I've got 5 bags outside.
No, I can. Well, no. It's going to be like I can, like, you know, me. I can have like, you know, 3 wives and maybe like 17 kids, and we use a ton of water and our electricity rate's low and all the shit, and we're going to pay more. We're going to pay less than Don Foolio is because the valuation of our little structure, our RDP house, is zero, right? So I don't understand this, and then this happens. Then and this is where like I was like, yeah, I just want to take like, I don't know, a bat and go for a walk and then maybe find this person, and not really, just metaphorically, right? That's what I want to do because it's like
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, and I'm just going like, these are the numpties that are in charge of stuff, and then this happened. Then our awesome mayor comes out with this bullshit, and he goes, Cape Town's poor pro 2025-26 budget is under attack by SA's wealthiest property owners. It's like, you mean everybody that isn't in, like, in a formal settlement? Because this is basically going to affect every single other person. Because, I mean, they're not even shy about it. They used to be a bit shy about it. They're not shy about it now, but they're going, SAPAO, who represents the biggest and wealthiest property owners in the country, is trying to force the city to charge billionaire property funds the same as individual homeowners or poorer families. Hold on, like, if you're going to increase the cost of everything based on the property value, it's not just the billionaires, you absolute prat. These guys are becoming, the DA has become literally the communism alliance, the communist alliance. That's what I'm fucking calling them from now on, because, like, I mean, this is insane. I mean, he just, it's like that whole saying, he wants to rob Peter to pay Paul. This is exactly what they want to do. They want to take money from people who have stuff and then just give it to, poor people. I'm going like, and then like somehow ethically, morally, this is just, this is righteous, this is good. And then people going, what are you doing? Like, I thought this guy took an oath to uphold the Constitution. This is discrimination on the basis of how much cash you have. Like, just right off. Like, go yourself and your entire like, it's just I don't know. I'm just maybe we should have a breather.
So as people complained about this, like, is it?
Yeah, a whole bunch of people have moaned.
And I mean, he's saying those are just the rich people complaining.
It's the rich people complaining. It makes no sense. And he goes, yeah, like that makes it like
he's Cyril complaining. He's got a lot of wealthy property.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think for 1 second that Cyril's paying.
Wait, you can write that off to the taxpayer.
Bro, like, how much of Cyril's dollar 700? Yeah, how much of his $700 couch cash do you think he's going to have to pay? Maybe like 1% of that. I mean, he's not paying. Like, yeah, so he screws in his government. Yeah, he has to pay property tax, but he makes it in corrupt deals that kind of just balances the vibe out very, very smoothly. But I mean, like, here's what this ass says. He goes, wait, he's trying to force the city to charge billionaire property funds the same as individual homeowners and poorer families. That makes no sense. It's putting profits before the people of Cape Town. To extend better services to more people and to keep Cape Town as SA's most functional city, we need to step up investment. Yeah, so we want to tax you more and then give that, focus all that. What, like something like 70% of our, like, the money they bring in, they want to push that onto the poorer communities. And I'm going like, that's not justice. That's not equality, you asshat. It's like, imagine you going to, Don Foolio wins the lottery. He goes to the coffee shop. The chick looks at him and goes, oh, well, you look rich. That's a Rolex. You got the iPhone 16. Your coffee's 80 Rand. And then I come in and I've got like a shitty shirt on and I go like, okay, cool. You get like your coffee's $40. And then the poor guy comes in and goes, oh, yes, the coffee's free for you. And going like, what? How the fuck does that work? What? Like,
yeah, I don't know I don't know. It's I get what you're saying, I suppose, but I don't 100% agree with you, because if the money that gets brought in gets used in the proper way and it does sort out the infrastructure and it does help the poor, then I don't mind. I've got no fucking problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, and those who are rich are going to have to sacrifice a little bit. It's cool. They've made their money. They've done the thing. But you know what? If it's going to help benefit the Western Cape, we're talking about the Western Cape here, who actually, if you travel this country, you will see how fucked this country actually is compared to the Western Cape. Our roads are good, things are happening.
No, I completely agree with you. But I mean, here's the thing.
So it's how it gets rolled out, and then if it works, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I see it, because you want to uplift those around you.
No, of course, you do want to uplift those, because you're going to eventually uplift everybody. I totally get it. But the problem is, and this is what the issue is, like, I was watching that thing with, I think, Rib had a great space on one night, and the guy from, who was it, was in there, Jack, the one dude, the guy that got thrown out of, like, the Western Cape thingy, the municipal vibe, he got thrown out because he said, immigrants. he brought this up, and he went like the amount of money that the Cape Town brings in tax revenue and then gives that, it's like 90 something percent, like 95% of what they bring in, they give that to the municipality. Jack Miller, thank you, Matthew. Jack Miller, like they bring that in, 95% they give to the government, and they get back like 3% to spend on infrastructure and roads and all this horseshit. So the only way, instead of going, okay, cool, we're going to give you less, and then we're going to make up that, they're just going to go, you know what we're going to do is we're just going to increase that tax base. We're just going to increase the amount of money that we can tax you guys and increase rates on people just because, you know what, because you're rich. But I mean, the thing is, it's not just rich, because in Cape Town, it doesn't just work like that. I mean, I remember I was living in an apartment, and then like I used to get this vibe if I got like a free couple of units, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and it's like, why? What happened? It's like, no, the municipal property value came around and go, well, technically, this building you're living in, the flat, which was worth like 500,000 a year, 2 years ago, is now worth $1 million. And we're going like, wait, it went up by like 30% in less than 2 years. How? Oh, well, Cape Town's like Monaco, it's very sought after. You're going, okay, but like. I haven't
actually said that. Cape Town's like Monaco.
No, but don't.
Your electricity's got up. Sorry, dog.
Yeah, like Monaco. But that's the argument they make, but it technically is, if you think about it. It's like the property industry works differently in Cape Town, in places like New York, as opposed to.
And look, my
because it's sought after to live.
An idealistic point of view, like if we were living in an idealistic society, that's where I'm coming from. I know that the money doesn't go where it's supposed to go, and
it doesn't.
X, Y, and Z.
And the problem is the DA's gone like they've gone full socialist.
Tax the rich.
No, don't tax the rich. Everybody should have equal. No. Oh my God, Don Foolio.
The richest of the rich. Who are the richest?
No, but don't. Because the
governments are the richest. We need to tax the government on the tax.
Yeah, but they're exempt. They're exempt. The government always exempts itself. Like, so the problem is like they're only going to go through. It's never the rich. I mean, like, listen, I saw this great thing about Sweden today, and they're going like, well, was it Sweden or one of the those? Oh, this is a great country. They, you know what they do? They don't tax the rich. It's like they basically tax the middle class and low income the most. The people, like, this is the problem I have with this is that, like, if I'm using X amount of water, you can't charge me based on like, well, you look rich. It's like that's not how the thing works. Like the Constitution, our system is supposed to be like, what do you call it? There's supposed to be equality. That's not equality. That's not upholding the core elements, the core fundamentals that you've set out. It's like you're going, okay, we're going to violate these things because you know what? We kind of want more money. Because you know what's going to happen? Gordon's fucking salary is going to go up, isn't it?
Gordon. Everybody just wants more money, right? That's
but that's the thing. The incentive is so that he's incentivized to push it up because he's going to make more money. Zoom Mork maths.
Your counters your Biden counters at 1, by the way.
I know enough about. I can't say no enough or not to partake in this conversation, but fuck the rich.
How dare you? We just can't have. Let's just kick.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you or most of the people I know. You know what I mean? We're talking about that fucking elite class at the top there.
No, of course. Listen, the problem is it never stays with the elite class. And I mean, I don't want people to be taxed, because once you open that gateway, right? Or once you open that door, it's just gonna mow on down. It's just gonna go, oh wow, they just don't have enough money. Let's now also tax let's tax the trillionaires, then it's the billionaires, then it's the millionaires, then it's like, well, let's tax you, and then like we've got everybody that gets social welfare.
The world is in a lot of debt, Mork. The world is if you accumulate all the country's debts, we're in a lot of debt, so they need to squeeze us wherever they can.
But the problem is,
got to pay that interest off.
But the fault is government. Government's the reason for that debt.
Oh, it's called slavery, right?
Basically, it's economic slavery. I 100% agree with you. It is that. I mean, that just fucking got me. Let's just say hello to everybody. Reese, good evening, Reese. How are you, darling? Reese says hello. Kamala Harris moment for Darth. Thank you there. Thank you, Matthew. I'll take that.
What the hell did I do? I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. Andre, good evening, sir. Yeah. 100% agree.
Sometimes not saying anything is saying too much.
Exactly. No, but that's just the thing, and this is what Chesspain says is 100% correct. The government is like they're incentivized to make sure that the property goes up, the property value goes up. That's why you think that the government's ever going to go, the municipality in Cape Town is going to go, listen, we need to stop paying, like getting millionaires from overseas to invest in this country. No, they're never going to do it because they get money out of it. It's completely in their interest for it to do for that to happen.
Course. Yeah, of course. Money makes the world go round.
No, of course it does. It does. I mean, I just wanted to rage on that. It just annoyed the living hell out of me that like they just outright they just don't care anymore. It's like, okay, cool. So you get zero services, and then because they said I mean, and at one time when they were questioned about it, they said that about something like 70% of their budget goes towards the poorer communities because that's where there's a problem. And you're going, okay, cool, but like, so we don't get services because you're focusing on. So why are you charging me for stuff then? I mean, that's like you can't have a system like that. It's either equal or it's not. You can't claim to be all about equality and all this horseshit and then go, wow,
equal, dog.
Just in paper. No, I know nothing is equal, but like, I'm not the one making the claim. Sure. That's the problem. I'm not the one, like, I'm not the government going, it's like equality and like we're non-racial, but you can't because of your skin color do work with the government.
Yeah. Well, it's politics. It's all theater, dog. I mean, it's all finance and all of this stuff that we've landed up with characters like Jeffrey Epstein being outed. You know what I mean? And all this, it's all wealth. It's all big money. It's all things that are presented in one way, but a different thing is going on in the background. And we are all that poor class that they talk about.
Yeah,
and then there's even this is a great people, obviously.
This is obviously this is also a great segue to Jeffrey Epstein. Your thoughts?
That story is just the story that keeps on giving. I remember when when he first got busted back then. Like I went down this super rabbit hole of just reading and checking out whatever was available, whatever you could find online. And I've just followed it ever since. But that whole story was always going to be this American political football, right? I just wasn't sure how it was going to play out. You know what I mean? Because Trump's base, the second time running, when it first dropped, it was all like, the Democrats, Pizzagate, Hillary Clinton, the pizza shop, John Podesta. And look, if you go and research some of these people, they are into some fucking weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you actually go and John Podesta had like these fucking crazy emails and this fucking artwork in his house that was definitely not, I mean, if you're a parent and you walk in there, you're like, we're not hanging out here. You know what I mean?
But just pause on that quickly because you remember this was somewhere like 2016 when the whole Pizzagate vibe came out, and there was like I found this out like about a year ago or something. The reporter who went out and went, this dude has a pizza shop. He's like, this is just made up. It's just like, what was that? This is QAnon bullshit. Like, blah blah blah. It's like, none of this is real. It's all made up and fake. Turns out that the reporter who claimed this is all made up got arrested for child diddling. Ironically enough, it's kind of like, wait, you can't make this up. It's like, it's insane. So like, I mean, my whole vibe is, and it's a pretty simple one. It's like sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire, and I'm going like, yeah, maybe there is. Why? Like, I mean, you got a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stories, a whole bunch of things do happen in this thing, and then you go, no, nothing to see here. And I'm going, I don't believe you for 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never fucking know. Is the
no, we won't.
However, when that network was exposed, when Jeffrey Epstein as this notorious figure was exposed, obviously, just pre Me Too or during Me Too, around there, whatever, like everybody focused on his sex crimes. And all the news and all the articles and everything written, the Netflix docies, which are like Epstein light. I mean, there's no real information in these things.
There's nothing.
People
It's
go,
just
"What's the thing on Netflix?" And I'm like,
yeah.
well, what do you
Trump
know?
was his friend. There's a photo of him with him.
Well, look. I mean, okay, we'll get to all of that, right? So then, this whole network gets exposed, and there's all this talk, and there's all these links, and then some people try to follow the money and his business connections, and if you follow the business connections and you look at the people who this guy now, when he's busted, is connected to, you kind of go, oh wow, this is crazy. So then you go and you look, okay, where did it come from? How did it start? Like, he became a teacher at the Dalton School, which is like this prestigious school. Didn't have a degree or a teaching degree, but he was a maths and a physics teacher. Then, and that's where the first reported sort of like noticing of his proclivities towards younger people was like pointed out, right? But I think that was a byproduct later when he gets caught. It's just eventually is so wealthy, he was just doing whatever he wanted, right? And
and of course
he has this insane rise financially through the 80s and then the 90s, and then gets caught and gets a sweetheart deal by the Attorney General Alex Acosta, who then eventually becomes Trump's labor secretary in that first term, and then resigns because of the whole thing. He presided over that. So he had this meteoric rise, right? And when he first got arrested in 2006 or whenever it was, he got this super sweetheart deal because there's people on both sides who were involved with him. And you need to put the sex crimes one side and go, okay, he's involved with arms traffickers. He's rolling with hundreds of millions of dollars that he is basically, extorted, well, I mean, the big start of it comes from Leslie Wexner. Leslie Wexner signed over the owner of L Brands, so Victoria's Secret.
Yes, okay. Victoria's Secret.
What was his other one? Abercrombie and Finch, who the CEO also just got clicked up a while ago for similar behavior, but with guys, right? So that's where his original sort of start to all this big money comes, right?
Bath Body and Beyond, like basically, he's a billionaire. Oh yeah, okay, this dude's massive.
Okay, but to give you an idea, right? So the guy who employs him, let me just find this little note I made here. The guy who employs him at the Dalton School is Donald Barr's father, okay? And he is eventually. Sorry, I've lost my note here. It's important though. Let me just find the thing here. I'm like ADDing. Hold on.
Matthew, P.S. Mork is not suicidal. No, listen. If you ever hear that, like that is it's complete horseshit.
Okay, there we go. So Donald Barr employed him at the Dalton School. He is the father of William Barr, who later became the U.S. Attorney General under George W. Bush. This is how far back it goes, and again under Donald Trump, right? Donald Barr, the bully, right? Just to give you an idea, if you go research him, he wrote a book called Space Relations. Okay, it's a slightly gothic interplanetary tale of basically like child exploitation. Okay, I'll give you the plot. In the future, humans have formed an intergalactic empire ruled by aristocrats. During a time of war with the Pulse, an empire of ant-alien bug people, sounds like politicians.
What?
Ambassador John Craig, a formerly liberal Earthman in his 30s, is dispatched to strategically important planet Kosar. Okay. All right. Anyways, a human colony was settled on the society and blah, blah, blah. And then here we go. There's one little part here. There we go. While en route to Kosar, one of the pirates awakened Craig and the other prisoners to rape a 15-year-old virginal redheaded female captive in front of them.
Jesus.
I mean, like, what are we talking about here? Like, what is this shit?
That's fucking sick.
So that's the father of the Attorney General writing shit like
Who
that.
was also
And
who was
if
also
you
an
think
attorney
of
general.
if you then think of the sex crimes and stuff, and you think of all these people and all their proclivities, you kind of go, this is pretty wild. So I get where the MAGA base is heavy, like, give us the list of the pedos.
Yeah.
It's like, I get that.
Yeah, of course.
But
also, like,
if you go and read Whitney Webb's book, One Nation Under Blackmail, Volume 1 and 2, she links Epstein to all these business figures. And this is where Trump comes into the picture, right? You're flying in high society, New York City, everybody's got bucks. So what is Jeffrey Epstein to some of these really wealthy people? To some of them, he is a high-class pimp, right? He's organizing, not necessarily all illegal girls, but girls. He's organizing models. His partner, Jean-Luc Brunel, who also killed himself in his jail cell in France, Jeffrey Epstein invested in his modeling agency, and Brunel used to fly the girls to America. The trafficking was happening. Right. So not necessarily all illegal, but still not. I mean, these are wealthy men taking advantage of 19, 20, 21-year-old girls. I mean, they're kids.
Yeah.
Like,
no, of course.
In that situation, right? Because you've got these super powerful people who are offering you, dangling the carrot in front of you, whatever, right?
But also remember, like, modeling chicks start off at the age of like 14, bro. That's like, so it's almost like this gray area, because you've seen those documentaries where, like, these chicks who work for massive modeling from the age of 14, and then they get flown. Like, there's stories of these girls going to go do things without their parents. Their parents aren't even there. They're 15, 16 years old. They're getting flown across the world. It's just like, that's the nature of the business.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, so he gets exposed, right? He gets exposed, and now that there's this cover-up from the Dem side, and the Republicans are kind of going, we knew it, Bill Clinton, the photo in him in the dress, and then everybody's going like, yeah, but look at all these pictures of him and Donald Trump, and the right's kind of going like, yeah, but like, they knew each other, but then Trump stopped being friends with him because at Mar-a-Lago he like, he was harassing one of the children there, and then Trump was like, oh, no, go away. But there's tons of quotes from Trump going, oh, Jeffrey and I have been best mates for like 15 years, and he's a great guy. Yeah. He loves beautiful women just as much as I do. Some would say even on the younger side. I mean, like,
I remember that.
This guy said. Like, what are we meant to do with that? You said it.
No, of course. But at the same time,
I don't think Trump's proclivity is for the illegal stuff, right?
I don't think so either. I don't think he's like one of those dudes that, because you can see the type of woman he has. He's like, he wants like the 25-year-old Pamela.
If you look past all of that, he was involved with a lot of moving money around, washing money, arms traffickers, Anand Khashoggi. He was involved with him. Trump eventually bought his yacht, which was wired for video and sound, like, because he was an arms dealer who used to traffic in sex as blackmail, right?
Yeah.
And this is kind of where Jeffrey Epstein picked up this skill. You know what I mean? This whole sex for blackmail. So this is why now, currently, Trump is the president, and he's come out and said, there's nothing to see here.
But
you know what I mean?
Okay, so let's get into that for a second, because I have an issue with this, because the thing was, like, this is where I think everybody in the world is going like, wait, hold on, like, just fucking stop, because he came out going, this is what he ran on. This is what his entire administration, Kash Patel, and this is what, like, I was like, dude, I dig Kash Patel, go for it, bro.
Unleash it. Is a podcaster. How is he like deputy director of the FBI?
I was like, okay, wait, I'm not sure about that one. I was never. No, what are you doing there? But also, like, but how you see the interviews, and he's like, but it's like, does he think everybody's stupid because he's coming out going, yeah, this is over, and going like, so, like, here's my train of thought when it comes to this. Either three things. Either, like, they're completely involved and they lied the entire time, or it's like it's a case of they were like, you have one of those situations where they, these are the people that run the world. There's nothing you can do. Shut up. Carry on. We've allowed you to be in office. This is something we don't want you to touch. You touch this, and we'll execute and kill every single person.
We won't miss next time we pull the trigger.
And exactly, and the thing is, these are the people. Again, like, there's a part of me that goes, okay, I think there is there is something. There are people behind the scenes that just
So if you
And
just look at America, and nothing that I'm going to say here is not public knowledge, right? So
yeah,
there's no great revelation here, and I'd hate to
no,
demonetize you before Jerm does, but you know, there's a lot of overlaps and connections. If you look at all these business people, they all tend to be or are from or highly connected to Israel.
yeah,
I don't know
but there is
I don't know what to say. I mean,
but
that's
that's the
just so blatantly obvious
yeah.
that if you do a little bit of it's not a conspiracy. And I love it
No,
when
it's
people go
not.
conspiracy theory, but guess what? A conspiracy is actually a crime. You can get arrested for conspiring to
Yeah,
commit a crime. You know what I mean? Like so if you look at it from that angle, and also if you look at what's going on in the world, you know, America stepping in for Israel with the Iran thing and all of this. If anybody has any of that footage that was on his ranch, on his flat in Paris, in his house, on his island, he had 2 islands. He didn't even have 1 island. He had 2 fucking
yeah.
islands, right? Like if there is any of that footage, or if any of that stuff does exist, Mossad has it, and they've always had it. And this
But
is
see,
why somebody like Trump will walk out in front of the whole world and go, "There's nothing to see here, and you guys
but
are
see,
stupid for thinking there is."
but say here's like the sort of you know, we don't have all the information, so I'm looking at it, and so like I've just mentioned, like the first part. The second one is like, you know, you have a meeting with these people. These are the people that start wars. If there's like some like the deep state or whatever, they're going like, these are the people that start wars, that, you know, create medication that kills people. Like they don't care. They all have to do is show a photo of everybody in Kash Patel's family and go, listen, you either make this go away or, you know, say
Dude,
goodbye to these people. That's the one thing.
Kash
The
Patel
third,
is upgrading the FBI's private jets and getting wet bars on them and hanging out in Vegas all the time. And yeah.
and so my other position is, I'm looking at this going
It's
no,
ridiculous.
going like you're going like, what if there is, what if like maybe there's part of it that is true, because I mean, I don't think Trump is the type of person that actually went and looked and read the shit. I mean, like, you know, but I still like the issue hypothetically, because I'm thinking about it like this, and I'm going,
that's fine. Okay.
for
I
like
hear what
for
you're
like
saying
4
there.
years,
However, when you're the president of the United
yeah,
States of America, claiming things like
no,
America's whole vibe is we're the greatest nation on earth, right? You come here, you do the thing, you fucking look at us. We're all on TV and we're all fucking amazing. We've all infiltrated pop culture and affected the West, and you know what I mean? And if you look at Hollywood, who was it run by? Just saying. And I'm not anti it, I'm just calling out what it is, right? But then surely you know that this is such a hot topic. Do you not just explain it to people? Trump is just like, no, nothing to see here. We got the greatest economy. There's no, like, just talk about it. He can't talk. That's what I don't understand, like, about people who are so hooked there, because it's just like, once you've heard him like enough times, you just kind of go, he doesn't really say anything, ever.
like Trump does, yeah, I mean, he doesn't.
Yeah, Trump.
He
He just doesn't say anything. It's just like he just says what he has to say, and that's it. And it's never necessarily on topic, and he will waffle on about things that just, I mean, look, I'm not I'm anti all of them. I'm fucking anti all of them. The point is, there's Jeffrey Epstein, like one of 44 said, is not the first time this has happened. Like, it's not the first time people have been blackmailed. It's the way the world works.
Yeah,
but Epstein has come in a time where people are not going to let it go, it seems, right? And who knows? Maybe all they have to do is bomb Iran another 2 times, and then we never talk about him again. Like,
no.
You know. Yeah. Anyways, it's such a complicated and very deep story, because there's just so much going on.
No, there's a shitload involved, and I mean, like, to address.
And I'm not the person to articulate it clearly.
No, of course. I mean, I think it's like we're looking at it from as being like, you know, just people from the outside looking in, going like, I mean, like, what online optics go, Roman from Morning Shot was a podcaster too. So what? This is all opinion, nothing cocky. No, 100%. This is just opinion. Online optics. No one knows the truth. The problem is, maybe like Dan Bongino knows it, but everybody. There's not a single person that we can listen to or watch that has insight into this, unless you're one of those people that has actually seen it. So all of it, every single person is speculation.
People are going on about the client list. Oh, this client list of all these like people doing this stuff. But the lists are already out there. When he originally got arrested, information has come out of all these different people he's connected to, all these business people, So cool, you investigate those people and then you clear them and you tell that to the public. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're talking about a lot of money being flown around. If he did nothing wrong and nothing had ever happened, then why did the banks pay out close to $1 billion to the victim? Or if nobody was hurt and there were no victims and there's nothing happening, then why were people
paying out money
to victims?
Why? If there's no victims, like why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail?
I could understand why she's in jail, because she helped groom a lot of those underage kids who he then assaulted. So she should go to jail for that.
I think she should.
It's not a conspiracy.
But I mean,
she helped groom them for him. For who else, I don't know. But for him, it's a fact. That is a fact. You know what I mean? Like 100%. We know that. We know that was his thing, and we know that he did that. So she's in jail for that, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure, she can be like, oh, look, her dad worked for Mossad, dude.
No. But the thing is also, it's I just when I heard it was going this is the same thing when I heard about the 9/11, and I'm going, you're going to release it. I'd love to know who exactly was involved, but I'm going this is the thing. It's almost I had this conversation with someone and I said to them, it's imagine it's like the dollar, right? If you are the one in power, remember what's that movie with Nicolas Cage where he gets the Book of Secrets? What's it, National Treasure, right? And it's imagine everything now, and you're going wait, yeah, National Treasure too, yeah, and you're this thing, and I'm going well, listen, if I hypothetically, let's play there, because this is the only realm we can play in. We're playing in hypotheticals because we don't fucking know. If you knew,
no, but we do know some stuff.
No.
I mean, there's journalists, there's court filings, there's there's a whole bunch of 100%. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying we don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But what I'm saying, But what I'm saying is the argument I'm trying to make is I'm going for example, I'm using 9/11. Imagine it was this, and this is what everybody believes. I think the American government was the ones that did it. I 100% believe that. But the thing is, for the government to come out, it could be. But if the government had to come out and say that, because it wasn't just them, it was also the American government. I believe they were involved. If they had exposed the truth, what happens is people will stop believing in that thing, which is the government, right? Because that's the thing that gives them power.
They don't believe. That's why they still let you believe that the moon landing is real. You know what I mean? The government have still gone no, we did land on the moon, and we just won't replicate the technology. It's whatever.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going if you get into power, and going and they lay it out in front of you. Go listen, yeah, aliens are real, all this stuff. The problem is you can't tell that to the public, because what's going to happen is people will just be April 26, 1992 again. Cool. People are just going to go riot.
But then don't run on that's what you're going to do day one. You know what I mean?
No, but I think 100% completely agree with you. They should not have gone on they shouldn't have run on this bullshit of going well, we're going to let everything know, and then it's and then you pretend everybody's a retard and go oh, well, there's nothing there. What are you guys still asking questions about? I'm going, what?
Anyways, that's my rant about the Trump-Epstein thing. For me, I don't have a dog in the fight. I know
neither do I.
There's a lot of stuff is not going to come up, but if you look at geopolitics and the sort of influence that Israel has over America, and you start putting all these people, all these little things together, it's hard to kind of not go, well, this is plausible.
No, of course it's plausible.
It doesn't mean I know that that's exactly what's happening, but it seems plausible, right?
No, but that's the thing.
You don't see the Clintons or Obama and them coming out going, no, we didn't make that list. Please release it, because
of course.
They're not coming out going, yes, Donald, release it. We want to see, because we know you're on it. Yes, he is on
No,
it,
of
but
course.
I think he was more on there from just being a rich
No.
pervert
Yeah,
to like 20-year-olds.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
I've always made this argument. I always go like, imagine Darth Sean is Jeffrey Epstein, and you don't know him, right? And I'll phone you. I was like, hey, Don Foolio, listen here. My friend Epstein is like, he's having a party. He's like, who's Epstein? He's like, I know this dude I know. And you're going like, oh, okay, cool, right? And you're going, listen, he's having a party. But like, bro, expenses paid, private jet. We're gonna go. He's got a fucking island, cocktails, free booze, open bar. You're doing anything this weekend? You're like, bro, like, let's go, right? Then we go. Then we have a fun time. Nothing weird happens, right? Then we have a fun time, and then like a few months later, Darth Sean, Jeffrey Epstein phones me and he's like, hey, listen, like, I'm your friend Don Foolio that was there. Can I have his number? I want to chat. Like, I've got a like investment thing. Maybe he'd be interested. We were chatting at the party, and I'm like, yeah, sure, of course, pass it on to you. And then Jeffrey Epstein phones you and he's like, hey Don Foolio, man, what's up, guys? Like, listen, I've got this investment thing. You're going, bro, no, I've tapped out, I can't. And he's like, but listen, by the way, remember the party you were at? That chick that you were hanging with that was giving you drinks and stuff? She's 14. You're like, sorry, what? And like, I didn't touch her. And he goes, it doesn't matter.
That's your bitch.
Exactly, right? And then you're going like, and then you've got a lot of people that where the thing is, it's difficult to go. Like, I don't for one second believe Trump is into that. I would say maybe as being a New York business guy, and like, you have to deal with a couple of other guys, like the top business. So he maybe had monetary involvement with him, but I don't for one second think that he was ever into the weird shit.
Yeah, look, I don't. To me, that the weird shit is not the issue. The list is not about that. I mean, there's victims out there. We know that, like that, they've got to investigate
exactly.
and they've got to sort that out. But the real list is where's the money being flowing? Because you've got to remember, in the 80s, when he was building himself up, he was involved in arms deals, which is not the weird thing to think about. Because he had a fake Saudi Arabian passport that he used, that he went to. Jeffrey Epstein went to Israel. Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
He went to Saudi Arabia and saw Saudi Arabia, the crown prince, like 2 or 3 weeks before Donald Trump's first term, right? And then straight after that, when Trump was sworn in, who's one of the first people he went to go see was the Saudi prince, right? It's all, these things are all connected, and it's all money. Like, it's all money.
No.
Trump wants it to go away because he just, you know what I mean? Like, but it's all just fucking dirty dealings, dog. Like,
it is. But that's the thing. It's like,
but if you follow the money, you'll unravel the whole thing.
But that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't think you can operate at that level, right? Like, and this is the thing. Like, I have no. I'm never going to go, oh, Trump isn't like some corrupt, dodgy businessman. Like, he was like a
corrupt politician. He started a war. He said he wouldn't start a war. He started a war. Well, he got involved in war, sorry. And I see more trouble coming down the pike, because
I think so too.
Military. They make weapons. That has been America's economy for the longest time, is starting wars in other countries or funding them or putting in weapons, right? So tech and weaponry is a big part, shadow part. It's not even a shadow part.
It's not a shadow part. It's literally.
But think about this, right? So think about, you can buy cigarettes at the shop, okay, but you can also buy cigarettes on the black market. So and a lot of times the people who own the shops are also selling cigarettes on the black market, right? They're getting cheaper cigarettes or knockoff stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So there is a shadow part of this weaponry where these companies that build these things stolen under the table. I mean, the Pentagon hasn't passed an audit they've never passed an audit.
They've
literally never passed an audit.
I mean, I don't even think it's like.
So what are we talking about?
I don't think they. Anyway. No, but that's the thing. So we know 100%. And this is the thing when even Trump's first term, and he was going like he's going to invest shitloads into the military to like build boats, and like I'm going, but so war boats, but like what they're for is war, right? So
at the same time, like, build a golden dome, or what did he call it? If you're not worried that fucking people are going to try and come for you.
Yeah, no, of course. Like, but that's the thing. Is like, but the thing is, that's money, right? Like, that's how America has to stay. Like, I mean, America's like, why is the dollar the most powerful? It's It's because they're the petrodollar, and you have to defend the petrodollar. Like tomorrow, anybody, Russia and China could just one day decide this and no, but that's why they have to be a strong-armed.
Well, they've been
and Donald Trump knows this.
and that includes our president. That's what
Yeah,
BRICS is all about. They're working towards a de-dollarization, and it's not like
100%.
some fuddy-duddy dream. Like you don't see our news like reporting on the nitty-gritties about BRICS and what their plan is, right? They're not informing us like why Cyril's at these BRICS things and what they're talking about. And if they do, I'm missing it. So I'm saying it's out there, not out there. But like they've been working towards de-dollarization for a while, and Trump knows this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, I just don't look. I don't have much.
No, but I mean, this is what Andre
society in the next 30 to 50 years.
I don't think that exists because the amount of money is like going like, you know what I want? I want a drug-free society. It was like, okay, like that's never going to happen. Like the entire industry is going like, you know what? Like I said this to somebody the other day, and they went like, "You're stupid." I'm going, sorry. They're going like, they'll never find a cure for cancer because there's an entire field. Think of every single job you can that involves cancer treatment, cancer medication, cancer. There's cancer specialists. There's a millions. Like I think just in South Africa, just think in Cape Town, the entire world. There's an industry. You can't break that. I mean, for them to come out and do that just won't happen. But the thing is, war is money. It's like you have arms dealers. What are they doing? Those arms 100%. Manufacturing companies aren't building other shit.
Look, America makes great weapons. Everybody can attest to that. All the people who kill 100%. Innocent people with them can always go, America make the greatest weapons.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we killing people? Why are these people killing? Why are these boomers now kaboomers? I think they need to stop.
No, true. But I mean, like, it's Andre says, it's like the gold mafia. I remember you were the one that told me to watch Gold Mafia.
Docu. Yeah, it was crazy.
Bro,
that's what's happening. But that is my point.
Yeah, nothing about it.
There's things happening here that, because if you just take the Jeffrey Epstein story and you just zoom out a little bit, over the last X amount of years, it's literally become like people's identities. There's podcasters out there talk about it. And that's monetized. There's a generation of money just behind the stories alone. You know what I mean? Like, and people have built their identities around some of this stuff. So now for the story to just be nothing to see here, I think it's personally, look, I've followed Trump since he started running. I watched all the debates with him and with him and Hillary. I can still say I support him to some degree, although to be honest, he's, I've, like lots of people, I've watched him for a long time, and he's getting older, and you can see the vibe.
He is,
and it's all fair and well, but I feel like this was possibly a bad move for him getting voted.
His
by
image,
having that mass support
base.
from the
100%.
Republican base, the MAGA base, right?
He should have thought.
And I think that's going to affect him. I think that's going to affect him in the next election cycle.
But I mean,
you know what I mean?
There's nothing. Yeah, but I mean, like, I think, he's got this term, and that's the only term that he has. Then what happens after that? Like, what happens after Donald Trump? Like, do they just go back to like a complete insane leftism, or where does it go after that?
Well, I mean, where are the Democrats? What are they doing? Like,
I also like that's just like who's on the card for them? Fucking no one. What, like Ocasio-Cortez? Like, I mean, who are they going to put in there? Like Nancy Pelosi? Like, I don't know where America goes after this. It's just
the world is structured. I have a feeling that look, a lot of people can't imagine this future, right? Of a de-dollarization, of America not being the biggest country in the world and not having this dominant presence on the market because of the dollar. But I have a feeling that if these clowns at BRICS pull it off, then we're looking at a whole different world moving forward. And all they're trying to do is create their own currency to trade amongst each other with and cut out the dollar completely.
No, I totally agree. So, sorry, guys, I'm just quickly on the side having a schmirk.
America then kind of falls apart, right? I mean, look,
No,
all these
it's all
countries
fall
will
apart.
still need America to sell them weapons. So I don't know. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen? But it's interesting.
No, it is interesting. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's a tricky one. It's honestly like it's.
Well, if you look at it moving towards a technocratic state, then chest pains saying he will be the last USA president, digital currency and 2030 agenda. And I can relate to that because I've read up on that stuff, and I agree.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that there's a technocratic state. Like, I'm definitely red pilled in that sense. Like, but I have been
I
since
totally
the
agree.
early 2000s. You know what I mean?
I
And I've
think the
watched the tech.
corporations are running.
I mean,
They
you
are
know
running
this
the
about me.
countries, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, algorithms are making it happening. Are making it happening. God, I'm stoned. Anyways, couldn't chow weed before I come on this thing.
No, you should. You
So
should
it could be a
always
little
do
bit
that
more
before you come on.
articulate. Well, I did. I've done it every time.
Who
Anyways,
wants to be
boys.
articulate? Who wants to be articulate when you can have fun?
Well, yeah, I just this Epstein thing has been such a political football, and it's so interesting to watch Trump's reaction now because he's basically starting up with the Dems. It's the same reason they didn't release it. So then you have to kind of ask yourself, well, good Lord, did they tell him, hey, we won't miss the next time we pull the trigger? Like,
I believe so. Or here's my other thought. I was thinking, what if it was a situation of just there is actually nothing? Because I mean, the Democrats were in charge of they ran the FBI. They could have just gone like evidence. They could have just lost all the evidence and go like, and the Pam Bondi gets the stuff and goes, yes,
nothing in what. Oh, okay. So we're just saying, yeah.
So she gets it. It's like it's on her desk, and she goes, "Oh, it's on my desk. The list is on my desk," but she's never read it because it's a ton of stuff, right? So she goes, "Oh, it's all this. She has to review it." That's why she spent a month reviewing it, going like, "It's not there." So it's like she just obviously lied off the bat, or it's one of two things: either there is nothing, or it's just like they lied.
Yeah, it's a joke. Dude, it's a joke. Even our politicians and what they do and what's happening, it's a joke.
It is all a joke. It's political
fucking joke. Yeah, so that we can sit and moan about it and try and monetize, but I've already brought up Israel, so I don't know about that. You might get a warning label under your stream. This video may contain false information,
Probably.
Anyways, yeah, look, it's the Epstein thing, like, even if there's no files, if they just had to investigate the victim statements and connect all those people and then clear those people who we know about, because there's a list of people out there who we know about. David Copperfield's one of them. There's a lawsuit where he literally groomed somebody, took them, drugged them. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is so prevalent.
No, it is.
You know that if you get caught for that type of action in America, that pedo stuff, and you go to Israel, they will protect you. If you're Jewish and you go to Israel, they won't extradite you. Did you know that? That is
I
fucked.
didn't know that. No. Yeah, that's
now you know.
But that's the thing. It's like, but like the thing is, and this is the problem. This is what you're talking about. You're going like, yeah, you can't even mention these things, and it's like, oh, the insta default is you're anti-Semitic. It's like, no, there are governments in the world. Like, this is the thing. When Trump came into power, and I had this conversation with someone, they were going like, yeah, cool, he's going to do stuff. I still don't think that the American dollar should be the petrodollar propped up, and like, he's not going to change that. He's not going to go, listen, we're not going to have like, it should be. He's going to enforce that, which isn't good for anybody else.
Propping up that petrodollar is the Saudis. So he's still got a good connection with Saudi.
No, of course.
He's still involved there. There's still investment. So they've been propping that up. But other countries also have oil. Other countries also have gas. Other countries can just work around them, right? And if you look at how they outsourced all their production to other countries, helped make other countries rich, and then these countries took advantage, blah, blah, blah. But it seems like they were too busy starting wars and conflicts and selling weapons to notice, you know what I mean? So he still has this relationship with the Saudis, so we're going to have to see what happens there. But it just always feels like it's one step away from falling apart. And somehow Israel's always involved. Like, they just always seem to be involved. The one thing that they did really well, sounds like I'm so like anti, but it's just the one thing they did really well after World War II was create this uber sympathy card for what had happened to them, which there's nothing wrong with that. But they weaponized it to a point where if you say anything that is, you can't even like make I mean, people can make anti-Semitic jokes, and we all fucking do probably, but like, but you get labeled anti-Semitic. So they weaponize that sympathy. That like, oh shit, I sympathize with what happened to you, but you're still a Jew. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? If I throw this coin on the ground, are you going to chase it?
Yeah. Listen, Don Foolio, I think we have to cut it there.
Is Jerm coming on? All right, cool, man.
Jerm's coming
Sorry,
on.
guys, I was rambling, ranting.
No, it's
gonna
fine.
get cancelled for my Jew joke there, but anyways, love you boys. Joshua,
love you, dude.
Great to have you listen to me ramble. I appreciate you. Cheers, Morky. Ciao.
Ciao, man. Thanks, dude. Just want to see. I just want to double check if everything's working, Kev. Having slight. Just want to double check if. Much. Hold on a sec. Sorry, I'm just quickly making sure everything works. Just trying to make sure that Jerm is connecting. Sorry, chat, just having some slight technical difficulties. Bumblebee tuner. Hang on, Biden is patching us. Is it working? All right. Okay, cool. Well, we're just having slight connection on that side. I think it's like sometimes this link is a bit the Mork Biden show. You take that back. 144. Damn it, sir. Damn it. Live stream shenanigans, exactly. There we go. Let's fix this quickly. Right? Hold on, what am I doing? Hold on. There we go.
How's it? Can you
Jerm,
see me?
I can see and hear you. How are you?
Yeah, good. That was just very trippy. Did I just see my own intro?
Yes. Of course you did.
that was like a singularity. I go onto somebody else's show and my own intro.
Well, I mean, like I have to play something. It's like your intro, it's your vibe, you know. Like you're the special guest. I'm gonna play your intro. Of course I have. How are you? This is awesome having you, man. Fucking awesome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for the invitation. Don't you love that intro? I love that intro.
I love that intro, dude. I was just like going like, no, go for it. Sorry.
I used to listen to that when I was in the gym.
Really?
I had it on loop.
It's a rad intro, bro.
For a deadlift. I'm drinking wine if you don't mind. It's nighttime.
No, of course. I'm drinking coffee and water.
My wife always said to me I mustn't drink red wine when I do these things because it makes my lips and teeth red.
No, make it look sexy. What's wrong with looking sexy?
That's why I switched to whiskey years ago, because it didn't make my whole face red.
No, you're not that red. Your lips look they look a little bit sweet.
I've already done half a bottle. I'm an alcoholic. What can I say?
This is actually like I just want to say one thing before we get into this. Jerm was the first South African YouTuber I started watching, and it was just before COVID somewhere. And then we were 2 months into the lockdown, and we were let free. And the first thing we're like, okay, we're gonna go braai at our friend's place. I'm not gonna say where it was. And then we still had to do the mask thing. We went to this little spa somewhere. I'm not gonna say where. And we were, me and my wife, walking. We're trying to find stuff, and then all of a sudden, there's this dude, and I'm like, wait, hold on, babes, that's Jerm. She's like, no, it's not. I was like, oh my god, it is. And he had the obey. Like obey mask that he had to wear. Like you had the obey thing on. We're like, oh my god, you're German. She freaked out. She's like, oh my god, it's German. And yeah, so
I don't remember that.
That was, dude. It was long ago. It was long ago. Like somewhere in COVID, we ran into you in a spa, and you had the obey.
You know why I probably don't remember, because at that stage I was like super depressed. So I was drinking a lot and I was on antidepressants, and that combination was not very good.
Why were you depressed? Just because of COVID?
Yeah, the whole lockdown.
Yeah, so I think the entire world was depressed.
I just let it get to me. I went into a very dark, nihilistic place for about a year, maybe a bit less than a year. And I was on I don't know, I can't remember the name of the it was like part of the no, not omeprazole, that's a PPI. I was also on that. What else? Some SSRI, whatever. But the problem is that I was drinking and taking antidepressants, and if you do that combination, I don't know about you, but it was making me black out. Like I couldn't remember anything, like at all. Like I had no idea what was going on. Yeah, it was bad, very, very bad.
It sounds like fun and scary, which is kind of cool.
No. I woke up eventually. I say woke up, and I literally mean woke up like in the morning, and I remember thinking, no. Don't let the bastards grind you down. And I started pulling myself back out of it. And it was a tough one. And I remember my wife and I went to Kruger, and on our way back from the park, we stopped over at a friend of mine's farm. I don't know if you know the musician Chris Chameleon.
Yeah, of course. Of course, from Dude.
Yeah. So he said, come stay with us on your way back. So we went and stayed with him and his wife for a few nights. And he said to me, are you still taking those antidepressants? And I said, yes, but I'm trying to get off them. He said, well, I'm going to help you. They're not allowed in my house, so they stay in your car.
And I mean, are you off them now? I mean,
yeah, for years. I don't take anything. What happened was I eventually had lunch with Tim Noakes, because I was suffering from a whole bunch of medical things. I think it was like mid 2020, and I went and had lunch with Tim Noakes. And by the way, don't ever have lunch with Tim Noakes.
Why?
Unless you can easily do the no carb thing. He's going to sit there and you know that he's judging you quietly while you're eating your potatoes.
Every time you have a slice of bread.
and Tim said to me, all right, well, I'm going to help you. That's what I'm going to do. He said, you're going to go off everything from this moment, and you're going to substitute with some good gymming and some good diet. And I'll tell you what, I had no help from any doctors. I went off all that stuff on my own. It was very difficult, dude, because like you can't really cold turkey. You can't cold turkey that stuff. And anyway, I went off all of it, and I've never been back on anything. And I
that's amazing.
Everything with for sure.
With German diet.
And I have a child now.
Yeah. You said dude, 10 months, bro. What you said? 10 months old.
No, 10 and a half. Get it right.
Oh. And it's fun, right?
Dude, when you're a baby, half a month is like a huge amount.
No, dude, I don't know. Like I'm literally we're on that vibe of going like we need to like do the kids vibe now, and it's like it's fucking scary. It's scary because all our friends Oh wait, we're just going. Your audio is a bit soft on your side. Can you? Let me see if I can bump you up on my side.
Is my audio soft? No, you sound fine to me.
No. But I think you coming on the stream, guys. Is Jerm's vibe okay? I pushed it up a little bit on my side. Let's hope this is. All right, let me see. Adjust audio. Okay, I think that's cool. There we go. Can't hear him. Anybody else? No, I think.
Well, I wasn't talking.
Yeah, guys, fucking turn up your volume.
must I turn up my volume? My volume is.
No.
If you can, you can hear him fine.
Yeah, I can hear him fine.
There we go. I'm hearing headphones.
Okay.
You can hear it fine. Yeah, cool. I think it's fine. No, somebody messaged me going, "It's okay. Yeah, it should be fine." Kev, sorry about that.
No, it's all good. So
you're off the completely, but like diet wise, what are you?
Long story short, dude. Yeah, long story short. If you're going to try and when you do what I do, and you try and go against the establishment and the system, you kind of got to walk the talk. You can't just. So like if I'm against pharmaceuticals, then I need to be against pharmaceuticals. I stopped all of it. If I'm going to go against the sort of dietary advice that the government gives, then I'm going to have to go against it. And so I kind of, I've been having a tug of war with the sort of low carb thing since I met Tim in about 2012, and I met him on the Gautrain, and I mean that moment there significantly changed my life from there. And I've been playing with low carb diet lifestyles for over a decade, whatever it is now, almost 15 years. But the COVID thing really pushed me into the sort of low carb. I've even played with a carnivore diet only. Just that the problem with the carnivore diet is that you become that guy. Like nobody wants to invite you anywhere because you suck. Because if all you do is eat meat, then you're incredibly boring. Nobody wants you around.
It's like my wife made this potato salad. You're not going to have any, and she's like, "No." You're like, "Fuck off, man! What's wrong with you? It's potato salad. Everybody eats potato salad. Here's a bribe, Ricky. What's your problem, dude?" Of course, I can imagine you being the life of the party, being like that guy. Yeah, no.
And then nobody wants you around. So the whole key is to try and create a lifestyle around low carbohydrate. I think is a good idea. I haven't gymmed for a few months now because having a child.
There's this thing called time, which you don't have anymore, bro. No,
but I've got my own gym now, so we're moving house, and I got a nice little setup now. I'm only like into barbell training and deadlifting and squats and all that. So I'm getting back to that very soon. Thankfully, our little boy now is sleeping through the night, so I'm getting enough sleep, and so is my wife. But
That's
and
good.
by the way, if you are going to go down the kid road, I highly recommend it. It is.
I know. I should. I same with you. I preach it, so I've got to do it. You know what I mean?
Hold on, but let me just add to it. It took us years. I mean, we didn't just wake up one morning and say, "Look, we're going to try." We are in that statistic of people who really, really could not have a kid, and so we struggled for years. So for us, it was a moment of magic when it actually finally came about. And again, as I said, walking the talk. My son is not vaccinated. He's not going to be vaccinated. He's got no vaccines in him whatsoever. He's going to get none. I am against all vaccines now. So is my wife. And so like I've been called a grifter and a shill and all sorts of stuff because apparently when you go against the grain, you're a grifter.
Of course, you're a grifter. Yeah.
But I genuinely walk the talk. I try and live in the way that I
be principled. Exactly. If you teach something, then like at least try and adapt it. But listen, dude, I had a friend. It's a funny story. I had a friend. She was working in the pharmaceutical industry, right? And she had her first kid. Fine. And then I think it was when the kid was, I think, at 1 year old, they got their first batch of vaccines, and he developed Crohn's disease or something. And she went, at the time, she was like, okay, well, she wants the information. And the doctors would give her the information of the pamphlet of what exactly was in the thing. Then with her second kid, she went completely against the grain. And it is an absolute, it's really hard. It's like, it's seriously hard, because she was at every single turn, every single corner. It's like the whole vibe of when the kid was in primary school, then it's like, at school, they're doing this thing. She's got a sign going, no, don't touch my child. It's a lot to take on, but like, she's battled through it. And her second child is like, not a fucking thing wrong with him. Like, there's just like 100% healthy. And I mean, it's like you're going, like, it's a difficult one to get into, but like, I definitely think it's like, I don't know, bro. It's like, how's things gone from, you get like what, 10 different types of things now. They're like, what, there's like 130 different things that are in the new vaccine that kids get. I'm going like, yeah, I don't know. Also, don't forget, it's the government. Like,
well, look, I might be in a different headspace to you, because I'm banned from YouTube, so I must be careful. What I don't want to I don't want to give you a strike, but if you've been in my space for a while, the easiest way of looking at these things is that there aren't that many different diseases out there. It's just all rebranding of the same thing, so that a pharmaceutical company can create a new product for a new imaginary disease. And then sell that product to you based on an imaginary contagion. So anybody who thinks that I'm for example, I'm of the opinion that contagion is not real. You can't give me anything. I can't catch something from you, and there's no evidence to support that anyway. So if you can't catch something, if quote unquote viruses don't actually cause disease, then you have no reason to take any vaccine at all. I mean, just think about it, right? Somebody puts a cocktail of drugs, they inject it into your arm, and they say this is going to keep you healthy for 20 years. Think about how stupid you must be to actually think about that and actually accept it.
No,
and
of course.
And it's intramuscular on top of it. It just doesn't make any sense if you actually look into it.
But I think this is the great awakening of like what happened with COVID was. And I remember the one day I was sitting and having a conversation with somebody, and they were like, listen, this is like 6 months into COVID. They were like, listen, have you gotten the vaccine yet? I was going, well, I had it I think almost twice. And they were like, so when are you going to get it? I'm going like, wait, sorry, I'm going like, you're an educated person, high IQ, and I'm going, but I've already had it. And I'm going like,
dude. So okay. So you said IQ. So you know what an IQ test is? An IQ test is a test to see how high you can score in IQ.
Yeah,
that's it. It serves no real purpose.
No, of course, yeah.
Anybody who's got a high IQ is okay. Fine. What does that even mean? Like, oh, all right, cool. So you can figure out some circles and squares on a piece of paper. But I mean, think about this, right? I mean, Africa supposedly on average has the lowest IQ in the world, yet Africa has the lowest uptake of vaccines worldwide. The people with the highest IQ in the world are like Israel and Asian countries, and they got maximum vaccine uptake. Something doesn't make sense here. It's our own black population that supposedly has such a low IQ that actually saved us from having high vaccine uptake stats.
No, I took that.
It's in South Africa. It's the white people. It's the white people that stood in lines to get branded like freaking cattle because they all feared what the government was telling them. Oh, there's a deadly pandemic. Oh, can you see it? No, I can't see it. I'm stupid. The townships are absolutely fine, but I see a billboard that says there's a deadly pandemic. Oh, and the radio says, and the announcement at the airport says, so maybe I must go line up like a sheep and get a branding. Yeah, that is how stupid people are.
No, totally, dude. This is the thing, and I think I made this argument during COVID. I'm going like, look at the like people in poorer communities, right? They have a massive immunity to just normal shit because of like. If you got to go to a pit toilet and all this type of shit, it's like yeah, you're pretty much immune. It's like why like what is that joke that was it Chris Rock that made it, or was Eddie Murphy, where he gave people in Africa don't have a lactose intolerance. This is first world country type of shit where they have this myriad of diseases that like just made up because these people don't go outside. They don't touch grass. They don't come into contact with, like when we were, I mean, this is just a nice thing. When we were kids, like in the 90s or what, I mean, like I think we're more or less almost the same age. Like, bro, there was no like, you children would eat grass, dirt. Now it's like, oh my God, don't touch it. Sanitize the thing. It's like, and I mean, like, poorer communities are going like they have immunity that's just like, nothing's going to affect them.
Imagine 1,000 years ago, like with the Vikings, and like you get this really masculine Viking dude who's like, he's like super jacked, and he's got an axe, and he's about to go and conquer the UK, and he says, "Guys, I want to go and get my booster." I mean,
no, it's madness, man.
I mean, how have people survived for thousands of years up until 150 years ago or 200 years ago, where suddenly we have this injection that's going to save you? It's so
but, I mean,
stupid.
No, it is. I think the whole vibe is like, I think it's ingrained with propaganda. I think that's how it is. It's going like, well, you need to do this. Why do I need to do it? Oh, well, because everybody's doing it.
Yeah, but also, it's more than that, though. People need to actually take a stand. I remember when I was a teenager, when people would talk about, going for the annual flu shot or whatever, and it wasn't exactly this dogmatic sort of like cult-like thing where people get upset or angry or anything. They'll just say like, "No, I'm not going to do it," or I don't feel like it, or "Yeah, I got it," whatever, and then you carry on with your day. Now, if you say like, "I don't like vaccines," like people won't invite you to a braai. It's like,
no, of course,
it's the weirdest dogmatic like mind shift. Like I just don't get it.
Yeah, no.
Like I don't care if you're vaccinated, but like I'm not gonna get an injection in my arm. For what? What must I be injected for? For what?
No, I'm totally with you.
So in any event, that's my position. I've changed my views. If you had asked me in 2019, if I was going to vaccinate my child, I would have said, yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, again, I haven't. The difference is I'm not there yet, so I'm going like, and I'm going.
No, dude,
I'm really leaning towards.
Towards
not to, because
you just make the decision. Like when the doctor, when my child was born, I said to the doctor, I just want to make certain he's not getting any vaccines. You're okay with that? He said, no, that's fine. No, it's all cool. And I said, also, he's not getting any vitamin K. No vitamin K.
Yeah, I've heard about that. The vitamin K thing is apparently a massive screw up. Like, apparently this is the thing that there's some issue with the vitamin K thing. I've heard. I'm not. But I remember this being one of the main things that my friend told me.
Well, you need to look into. So if you ever want to know why babies get a vitamin K drops or injection, it's simply because when a baby is born, it's not supposed to be cut from the mother so quickly. They do it like in under a minute. They cut the umbilical cord. Now, what's happening is that the mother is still pumping blood through to the baby even after it's born. You're supposed to wait for that to finish, and that can take 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
What vitamin K does is that it thickens the blood because there isn't enough blood in the baby when they cut when they clamp and cut it so quickly. So I mean it. So and also you're not supposed to really be giving birth in a hospital. You're supposed to be giving birth at home.
Yeah,
with a midwife perhaps, but not in a hospital. A hospital is only there if there's an emergency. You only go to the hospital if there's something wrong, if you've got a medical condition. Giving birth is not a medical condition.
Yeah.
You have to change your mindset about these things.
No, of course. I mean, how was the? I mean, they didn't give you any pushback, because my friend with her second kid, she had pushback she had serious pushback. They were like, because she was going, okay, cool, but they like, no, they have to give it, and he's like, no, you're not giving my kid anything. She actually had to ask her husband, because when they take the baby away, he's like, no, you don't move the baby away from us. Like, you're not going to go do it in the back and then give him a jab or some shit. It's like, just like, do this right here. She literally stipulated. She actually went and asked the doctor to sign shit, just to go like, hey, welcome. Thanks, Ronaldo. Ronaldo sent all the voortsackers are here. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you popping by. Ronaldo's such a cool dude.
Yeah, but so like, so part of the whole COVID event, I would never want to go back to before COVID. No. I think the world post COVID is so much better. I mean, there's so much
we learned.
There's so much more enlightenment going on. You start reading books. Like my bookshelves behind me at the moment are empty because we're moving house. But but I mean, I try and read a lot and go through a lot of what my guests are talking about. I mean, I've done like over 1,000 interviews, and I can't do everything. I can't read everything and go through all this stuff. But I do try, and I've learned a huge amount, and that's why I've changed my views on so much, and that's why I don't. That's why I really don't care too much about a lot of the pre-2020 mindsets, because I think that when you go down a bunch of different rabbit holes, you start actually uncovering truths that perhaps were suppressed or hidden, or you just simply didn't know about. But then of course you get like, if you followed anything to do with me over the last few years, you'll know that you become a target. Like my friend Nick Hudson become a huge target.
Yeah, no, dude, you got maligned like hectically. But there's a guy that I've
News 24.
The guy that there's a dude I ran into on X. I don't know, commented on one of your stuff. So this random dude, his entire profile is just like Jerm Warfare's horseshit or something like that. This like, and I was like just tuning me, and I'm going like, just like your entire profile. Yeah, something like that. I'm going like, bro, somebody created a profile just to troll you.
No, what he did was
built up a following.
No, he took over.
He just changed his.
He took over my when I left Twitter in 2020. Because what happened was they started coming after me towards the end of 2020. Yeah. I was just like getting these ongoing attacks. Me and Nick Hudson and a bunch of others who were going against all the COVID stuff. I was being fired from everything. I was the chief cartoonist at Report. They fired me. Everybody was killing my contracts, and I remember, and then this group of trolls on Twitter, they started trying to find out where my wife works, and they started posting photographs of me and her, and I just thought this is
insane. This is
getting way overboard, and it's getting into personal territory that is just not right. And I decided I'm leaving, and I left Twitter. And then that guy took over my Twitter profile, and I had to create a new one. And I only joined after Elon bought Twitter because I wanted to give it a second chance.
But I mean that was so with regards to Twitter, you left Twitter, but with YouTube they banned you, right? Like
everybody's banned me. So YouTube have banned me 3 times. I've got a new channel, but it's pointless. It's already it's half broken. Spotify banned me 3 times. Facebook banned me.
But for what? But just because you talked about the COVID stuff during COVID.
Well, YouTube took down my channel in 2020 after I interviewed Sukhrit Bhakti and David Icke. And so David Icke in March 20. Now, like whatever, it doesn't matter what people think of David Icke.
Yeah,
I like him.
No, dude. Listen, listen. You don't.
So David's been on my show 3 times, and I don't agree with everything he says, and
of course not.
But I think he's great, and I like David, and I love the fact that he's been stuck to his guns for like 30-40 years, and he in April 2020, just a few weeks after we had lockdown, he came into my show and he said, "There's no such thing as COVID," and YouTube took that down. And then I remember Gareth Cliff contacted me and he said, "Look, because at that stage Gareth had an ENCA show, I can't remember what it's called now, and he said, I'm gonna, in solidarity with you and David, I'll get David onto my show on ENCA. Send me his details." So I sent Gareth his details, and Gareth got David onto his ENCA show. And then what happened was Gareth was then taken to the broadcast some commission or whatever.
Broadcast Complaints Commission. Yeah.
Something like that. And they eventually,
because he had you on.
Well, David. He had David on.
Oh yeah, David. Because he had David on, they went to.
Yes,
that's
because
insane.
He was promoting false information or misinformation or whatever. Eventually, the commission ruled in favor of Gareth, saying that it was free speech. But YouTube doesn't care about that stuff, and so they took down my channel. They took down my channel second time. I can't even, like, it doesn't matter if I upload a video, it won't last more than like a day.
Why do they just come after you? Like still constantly, just because.
What was that comment on the screen? Jerm's audio quality is what worthy? What was that?
ASMR worthy. So it's like your audio quality is absolutely superb. It's just like it's beautiful. It's just sexy.
Thanks,
it's like really like honestly, your audio quality. I watch your stuff and I go, wow. I mean, that must be a Shure mic. It's just your settings are just it's just a sexy.
I've done over 1,000 interviews, so I've had people setting up my stuff for me.
That's right. I need to do
so
that.
this is a sure
yeah
SM7B, I think it's called.
It's the creme de la creme of microphones, especially for talking.
And then I've got a mixing desk which you can't see here, which has got things. I've even got sound effects here. Dude, I got sound effects. Wait. I hardly ever use them, so let me just quickly turn it on. Hold on.
You can go nuts, dude.
If you make a bad joke, there.
Oh, there we go. You never get to play with them because
I never use them.
Your guest list is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, like I remember back in the day, I was going like I remember when you interviewed John McAfee, and you did it three or four times.
Twice. So
twice.
So John and I had a good relationship. He came on. He was actually scheduled for the third time, but then he got arrested.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
in Spain because he wore his wife's underwear as a mask. And not only was it her underwear, it was a G-string.
What did he got arrested for that?
He got it. Nah, not really.
No, I thought. Sorry, I thought a mistake. I thought you said he got arrested for wearing his.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was the reason. Of course.
But
yeah.
John,
nothing about the American government.
John knew everything about the deep state. So, and then his wife came onto my show to chat about his death, and so she's been in Spain ever since trying to get his body, but they've never released his body. By the way,
what? Why not? She can't get his body. Why not?
Well, why do you think? Because he didn't commit suicide. I mean, that's
of course. Of course. It's like it doesn't. They just fucking.
Although now there's probably no McAfee list either.
No, of course not. Of course not. No. Yeah. Sure. No, but that's the thing. It's I don't know, man. This is. Like I remember watching John McAfee go like, oh well, listen, he got the contract for the government. He installed the virus software, and I think it was in your show. I can't remember where I watched it. And he went, listen, he installed it on everybody's machines, and he got everything from the US government. He's just got like amounts of data, and then they're like, no, they're going after him because of tax evasion. I'm like, sure you are, sure, because let's trust the fucking government.
Yeah, for sure. So like he was a complete fluke. I know that you wanted to know like how some of the guests came on. I mean,
yeah.
But the answer is very simple. You just ask.
Right.
It's as simple as that. You just ask. What? So something that my dad taught me when I was younger. He said, like, what's the worst that can happen if you ask? They'll say no.
They can say no. Yeah, this is the dating advice I give to like young guys. They're going like, I'm struggling with them. Bro, just ask whoever. She's going to say no, and then move on. Like there we go.
But I mean, so John, but with me, I always have show notes, right? I always have like notes in front of me, just as sort of talking points or questions or whatever. With John, it didn't matter at all. Nothing went according to script. He would just like after 35 minutes, you go, I gotta go. That's it. And then he would call his wife, and he's like, put this Jerm motherfucker on repeat.
That's awesome. So what you'd say, like you've interviewed almost like every single person I can think of. Like, what would you say are some of the best people you've spoken to? I mean, and it's difficult to. I'm not asking. It's like asking what's your favorite song. It's we'd say the most entertaining conversations you've had.
I've actually forgotten quite a lot of them. When I go through my archive, I'm like, oh wow, oh, he was on my show. Like, oh, yeah. But
I mean, you do a load though. You do like every. I mean, I see you do content all the time, right?
Well,
like,
I recorded
a lot of people.
Yeah, I recorded 2 today, just for example. I record a lot.
2
today, yeah. One this morning and one this afternoon. Yeah. In fact, in my new house, I've got a beautiful studio that I've built. So it's gonna look totally different, and it's designed for it's got soundproofing
audio
and everything. It's great. Yeah.
Awesome.
But
I'm in sound production as my sort of my day job. That's what I do. So if you're ever in town, give me a call and you can pop out of my place.
What's town?
I'll
Where
show
are
you around.
Are you in Joburg?
And no, I'm Cape Town. Joburg, you. Wait, you're in Cape Town. You're in Cape Town.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into you in Cape Town at this area. You know where Joe lives. I know where Joe lives.
Without giving away
There's a
too
spa
many details,
there.
give me a clue.
What? What do you mean? Where do I live?
Give me a clue, more or less, without giving away. Details.
Very close to the mountain, like in between sort of like Constantia Constantia Observatory, Pinelands.
It's number 14 Woodbury Road.
You're in that side of the world.
No, I know you're on the other side of the big thick Boerewors gordijn. I know there were you. I've gone to places there.
I cannot confirm or deny live anywhere near wine farms.
No, but so there's this epic spa that my good friends live in this area, and apparently it's close to you, but I'm not gonna say where. But there's a spa there, and every time, remember the first time we went there, we popped in and like we're walking through the spa and like and my wife is like, she's from East London.
Oh, I know that's
very
spa.
English.
And that spa makes burgers.
Yes, and they've got a shit ton of bolt-on. And we were there on a Saturday, and my wife's like, "Is the rugby team here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's going, "Why is everybody wearing like rugby stuff?" And I'm like, "Babe, this is how they do it here." And then you speak to someone, and they don't speak English back to you. They're like, "Hello, can I go yelp?" And it's like, "Oh, this is where we are now." It's like it was wonderful, and that's where we ran into you, that place, bro.
I vaguely remember, but yeah.
I mean, you probably wouldn't. It was like, dude, it was like a 3-second interaction. We're like, oh my god, Jerm, it's fucking the guy from the YouTube. And
I was on drugs and SSRIs, so have a heart.
So listen, if you next time you're in town, like in town, and come have coffee by me, I'll chat. And if you ever just pop in for like half an hour, come have a coffee. If you're into audio and stuff like that, let me show you around then. So yeah, that's what I do sort 100%. Of on the side. Commercial audio and shit.
What's been happening with you since 2020?
I started this. Wait, this feels like it's bait and switch. It's like, fuck, you're not supposed to ask questions. I'm kidding. No, I mean, listen, dude. No. What do you mean I'm not answering? I think I started this in. I think I wanted to do it during COVID, and I just didn't do the thing. And I started making like. I made like, I think it was 2016, I made my first video, and I did this thing about like, I made a video, like I did a parody of the Frozen song, and I uploaded that, and it just like went like that first video at like 700,000 views. And then 2 months later.
What do you mean? Did you just let it go?
But no, I made a video. So I made a video. We took Frozen, and then we had my
joke. I got it. I got
your joke. I got it. No, I got it. Darshan's smarter than me. So I mean, we did that, and then I think it was 3 months later we got an email from YouTube going, because back in the day there was no you don't have to go through all this rigmarole to get monetized. You just click the button, and when it's like, oh, you monetize. So I was like, okay, cool. Uploaded it. I shared it on X once or twice, on Twitter at the time, and I think Dinesh D'Souza like retweeted it, and then the next. Like I woke up the next morning, it was like, 500,000 views. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And then I think 3 months later, I got an email from the YouTube, and they were like, yeah, we're demonetizing your channel. I was like, what? And it was because obviously, and I'm going, it must be because of Hillary. It's like I did a Frozen parody about Hillary Clinton letting go. And it just, and then I was like, bummed out. And then I think it was only 2021, 22 somewhere. I was like, okay, cool. It's like I started making videos, and then for the last 4 or 5 years, I just made videos, and then I started streaming about a year and a half ago. I think a year ago. Yeah,
about a year ago.
Let's try.
And Can I just quickly jump in here? Who am I hearing talking in the background the whole time?
Oh, it's Darth Sean. It's my co-host.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, who am I hearing?
So it's myself. Then I've got a co-host, Darth Sean, and we started this because we would used to do this thing where I'd phone him, and we'd speak for like an hour on the phone about movies, politics, and we're like, why don't we just do this? I've got a channel. Let's just do this thing, because I've got ADD and I'm a bit dyslexic. So the first couple of times it's weird. I mean, I would struggle. Like there's one person I would love. You've interviewed him. I'd love to like have a chat with Andrew Wilson. It's like I love Andrew Wilson's debating it. Yeah, like dude, you chatted to him, and I'm just going like,
and his wife.
Yeah, and his wife. I mean, awesome. I mean, I saw her first before I've kind of found him, and I was going like, "Fuck!" I'm scared to ask because I can't even like sometimes I can't even hold a point for. I get like a Matthew in the chat has a Biden meter for me because I'll think of something and then just like, oh god, I forgot what I was saying, and then just there we go, Biden meter. I get like a Biden rating.
So something that has helped me with the recordings with interviews with people. Sorry, you're gonna hate this, and everybody everybody's in the chat's gonna hate this, but because I was constantly being censored and banned, I wasn't able to use YouTube or any of these major services for recording.
Yeah.
What that meant was that I would end up recording with software where there was no live chat, and I found that having no live chat is so helpful.
No, it is. I get no, completely agree. I get distracted by chat a lot, but like with example, when I do this thing, I kind of ignore the chat, and like because I mean this is the thing with the guests. It's like I have on Monday nights I do a chat for the chat's sake. We just talk shit, and it's just about the chat. But I mean like, and I think the chat understands like we're having a conversation. And they're watching that conversation, and that's like the vibe. And people can do comments, and if there's a fun thing, that's why I've got a co-host and go like he can go, listen, somebody asked an interesting question, there we go. Or I could just share somebody's comment on screen. There you go.
But I mean, I haven't been on YouTube for such a long time. In terms of what you can chat about, I mean, are you still allowed to talk about or things, or does YouTube censor you for saying things like?
No, you know what's going to happen now? They're going to go, well, he's on Mork's show. Mork was fucking like Mork censoring him. I don't know. So like I had this thing like a while back. I remember it was like I started like going on because Joe invited me onto his show, and then I was on there once or twice, and then he was going like, yeah, there's certain things you just can't say. So I was like, yeah, bullshit. And then I went and said all those things, and all of a sudden I just saw my viewer. I would like 2,000, 3,000 views on a video, and it just went. It's like doing 200. I'm going like, that can't be. I don't know if they censor people anymore. I think they just sort of slightly shadow ban you, but like to get monetization is insane. You have to get like 4,000 watched hours, and I'm gonna big up to the guys from. No, dude. Like I watched you, you were the one that went like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so in 2020, I said to Ramon because we were doing that thing called podcast.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Me and Ramon and Ronaldo, and I said to them in WhatsApp, I said, guys, I've got these interviews that I want to do, but YouTube is not working for me, man. So I'm gonna move away from YouTube. And like I remember Ronaldo saying, "Oh, it's a bad idea. Don't do it." But it depends on what your strategy is. And my strategy is not looking for numbers. I'm not looking for large viewership.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm looking for. I'm also very much not looking to self-censor and play with words and use code words so that the algorithms don't pick it up. I don't care about any of that. I just want to be able to have a conversation, and those who are interested, that's the quality, and those people can come and listen. And that was my focus. I wasn't interested in numbers. I don't have any type of stats, on my website or on my own stuff.
Yeah.
And I had to find systems to try and work around, find my own way of hosting videos and that kind of stuff, so that I wouldn't be censored.
So I mean, like, how does your vibe work now? Because you've got sort of your podcast, which is you're a radio show, right? So I mean, if you just give us an idea of like the UK column, that's the one that you. So do you have like a deal with them where you do X amount of content for them, and then you have got to deal with them, and you also still do your own stuff, like on your own platform.
It's very complicated. Nobody is able to understand what I do, and even I can't understand what I do. But I try my very best. So up until 2020, or even up until 2019, I was a political cartoonist, and that's what I've been doing for. Where are we now? 2025. So this year will be 20 years as a cartoonist, professional cartoonist, right? And winning all the big awards and publishing books and all that kind of stuff. And also, when you draw what I draw, you run out of options. Like I've been fired from everybody, so I don't have any more people that I can work for. And at least not in South Africa. Everybody's fired me. And and so what I started doing in 2019 was I started a podcast. But it was more just for a bit of fun, like once a week, once every 2 weeks. And I remember, I would just simply ask people, and I amazingly got people like Helen Ziller and Gavin McInnes, like early
I remember your episode with Gavin McInnes.
Yeah, I was so nervous. I think that was like my second or third show, and I was like proper nervous. And I mean, I can't watch it now. I cringe. It's very embarrassing, and I look like a complete dork. And the funny thing is, I think it was because I looked like such a moron that he's never said yes, to coming back on, because he probably remembers that going, well, that was a disaster. But nonetheless, I had a good time, chatting to him, and then from there, I realized, well, hold on, I don't have to talk to South Africans. There are some pretty amazing international folks who I can chat to. And at that stage, I was thinking about like doing stuff. There's a moth or something flying around here, and I was thinking of doing something like sort of the new right or the new right wing or whatever. And like at that stage, I sort of cared more about those labels than I do now. I don't care about those labels now at all. And I remember thinking, well, yeah, if you can get a bit of a income off YouTube, I mean, if other guys could do it, Rogan and a few others, like maybe you can get a few people and make a few bucks. And I wasn't prepared to do stripper chats and all the stuff that Ronaldo and others do, and because for me it's not my vibe, it's not my
no, of course.
I'm more interested in like the actual ideas. The conversation and the ideas. And I'm not going to stop it halfway going, guys, thank you for the $20. I'm going to take off my top. Like that sort of stuff. Like doesn't. I wasn't really interested in that. So I had to try and find a different way. And so that's kind of what happened. I just kind of built a very, very sort of decentralized hack job membership base, and people would just follow me wherever I went, censorship and all. And I'm very grateful, and God bless all those people who've supported me over the years, and I really, really do appreciate it. But it hasn't been easy, that's for sure. It really, really is not easy when you keep getting destroyed by the establishment. You got to keep building yourself up and finding ways to become anti-fragile.
No, that's true. So I mean, Slippery Pickle asks, how much would you? I mean, like $1,000, would you do a stripper chat then?
Are you drunk? Do you think I'm going to? There's no amount of money.
You're not going to do. No, but of course not. Of course not. No, dude. I mean, I think that the thing is to find a balance between it, because like I mean I'd said this from the get go. Like I was telling Sean, I was going like, listen, there's like I'm not going to try and self censor for like I'm doing this for fun, right? And it's like I've never actually had to. I've never actually had to go, okay, wait, hold on. Like it would be like certain things. Maybe certain ideas. I think that, but also it's like it's not so much YouTube. It's more like society. I mean, I had an interesting conversation with this guy with Spoon, which is like he's got some like he's monarchy is maybe better than democracy, and as soon as you start delving into these, no, but I think I can make it. I mean, like I think there's a good argument to make for it. Like, as a Christian,
donated £4.99.
You think there's a good argument to make?
Saw Jerm
it's
the
not
first time on Whiskey Fridays.
No, it's very obvious. But the thing is, and the argument I would make is like, listen, I'm Christian. I'm Christian ethics, right? Christian principles. The entire biblical framework is patriarchal from the top down. That's what it is. And like you've got feminism coming along, and this is why like all with Rachel Andrews' position, I'm going, wow, like that really makes sense. It is like that. You know what I mean? It's like it is, and like so you've got God's system would be patriarchal monarchy, and going like we're doing democracy. It's like it doesn't fucking work. It hasn't worked. It's like it's a shit show. So like I've changed a lot of positions I've had coming. I mean, the first video I did was like, this is my position. I feel like I'm a classic libertarian, but I'm shifting to like I don't know if
libertarian even mean anymore. I mean, like nobody
I don't
knows what
know.
these terms mean. Yeah.
No, that's exactly like I mean, like I remember having a conversation about I think you brought it up. I remember seeing it on Twitter, going like, "That's a great argument." You were talking about the left and right paradigm, and I was going like, "But like,
it doesn't exist."
No, but it doesn't exist. But I'm going like, I've just had explained when I explain it to someone, it's like it's very simple. It's like I think of left and right in the sense of like you've got complete dictatorship on the one side, and you've got complete anarchism on the other side. It's like because politics, if you go look at the root word, it comes from the word politic, to govern. So what is a political spectrum? It's like the degrees of how much government you have.
No,
so
but
on a
it's
basic
more than that, dude.
political.
Yeah, but that's
No,
that
it is.
whole-
But that's like a rudimentary sort of
Mm.
like anarchy is on the right. That's like no, there's no government. It doesn't work. On the other side, you've got like dictatorship, monarchy, and then in the middle, we're sitting here with this like constitutional republic and stuff. So like and now it's like where it comes from and where it is. It's like, oh, you're a left wing, you're this, you're right conservative, and you're like you're economically right wing, but you're socially liberal. I'm like, what the fuck does any of this mean? Like, it's just.
So my view is sorry. Let me just quickly go back to.
No,
I didn't really answer your question earlier. So just to answer your question, so what I did was I turned my sort of income model around. Instead of working for newspapers and getting an income, I started building a subscriber base, rather people who'd support. Then I could draw anything I wanted, and then adding to that, I would do a lot of interviews with my podcast, and then build a little community around all of that. And over time, more and more interviews, and then over time again started getting offers from international radio stations for 2 years, and then now a UK column, which is a very big alternative. It's called UK column because it started there, but it's an international alternative media platform now for 20 years now. And so we got I got a very nice deal with them, and they said, look, just bring whatever you want to do, bring it over here. Great. We definitely think you're part of the team. I'm definitely part of the team, and so now I do daily show with them on top of my own stuff. And I sort of, as I said, it's very complicated. I try and just combine everything into like the battle of ideas, essentially. And whatever I don't do for UK column, I do for my own personal podcast, and whatever I do for my, that sort of thing. And so I have a balancing act, and that's kind of how it's become. And like when people on an official form and it says occupation, my wife just starts laughing. Like what do you put down? And I remember when I went for my American visa last year at the consulate. Like, I don't know if you've got an American visa, but you literally are being interviewed. So they literally interview you, right? Like you get asked questions, like an interview. It's like, so why you want to go to the United States of America? And the guy before me was like, yes, well, I want to teach English, and then she said, well, sorry, but we're not gonna give you we're not gonna approve your application this time, but please come again. And then after that I went, and then and the reason why I was going to go to the States was to interview some dissident scientists. This was last year, but it just got complicated when my son was born, so I postponed that trip. For a moment I thought, am I going to tell the truth, or am I going to say something else?
What was this last year? Oh, this is like at the end of the Biden administration.
Yeah, so last year, and but it was still all the TV screens were still showing CNN and that big photograph still of Biden and Kamala Harris, and big banners in the consulate saying, if you're American, you can vote here. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm just going to tell the truth. And so I said to this guy, look, I'm going to the States to interview dissident scientists about COVID. And there was like this moment of silence. And he goes, well, America is all about freedom of expression and different opinions. So that's not that's not going to influence your application. And I had this like thick wad of papers, like, because they wanted everything.
Oh, hectic.
Like they wanted, it's like getting a Schengen visa, It's But now I've been to Europe, so I've got a Schengen visa. So I went through the process of they want to know everything about you, right? And so I said to this guy, the consulate, I said, look, well, can I give you my documents? And he's like, and at this stage, all he had was my passport. And he says, well, I can see you've been to Europe. So I said, yeah, that's correct. He goes, well, I'm not going to look at your documents. I said, why? He says, because if you're able to get a Schengen visa, it's good enough for us.
Oh, hectic.
And I got my American visa 3 days later.
Oh, hectic. But then you didn't end up going.
No, it lasts 10 years.
Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, I remember getting a Schengen. That was a lust. That was like everything about.
No,
you.
they want to know
But, I mean,
everything. They want to know like what
Yeah,
size underwear you wear, man. It's ridiculous. Like everything they want to know. Like they are so scared. And when I went there, my friend there said, "Dude, you did it all wrong. You should have landed in Morocco and gone across on a rubber dinghy."
Yeah, just cross the border, especially during.
Then they would have.
I mean,
Then they would have welcomed you. They would have completely welcomed you.
Probably won't be able to do that now, but I mean, like last year, you would have been able to. You would have been able to do that easily. Just rock up and just cross the border. 11 million people, I think it was. Yeah, 21 or 11 million.
But in any event, so the point is that it's I've managed to somehow survive with drawing cartoons and talking to people, and I've somehow been lucky enough to get a lot of yeses from pretty cool guests around the world. I think Robert Kennedy Jr. It was pretty cool getting to know him on a first name basis. Like when he refers to me as Jerm. That's pretty cool.
Dude, that's. I mean, like, dude, like I'm saying, your guest list is just insane, man. Like, yeah. I mean, I was scared shitless the first couple of people I just asked. I was going like, oh fuck, you know. And then like when they come on, and I still get fucking everybody. I get nervous. I'm going like, oh shit, what do I say? I mean, I do thing where I have the show notes and they just like they go out the window because I'm like, I can't remember. Screw it. Just like let's just talk about whatever. I don't care where it goes. I like that aspect of having a conversation with someone, you know, like when you're
very easy,
at a braai.
It's not difficult. It's you just have to you just have to be interested in the topic.
Yeah, you have to be interested in the person. That's why, like, there's certain people I just like. I want to talk to them. I just want to get their opinion on stuff, and just like.
And also, very importantly, you have to put your pride in your pocket and assume that you don't know more than your guest, because that's why you're interviewing them. And on that particular topic, you have to ignore the comments. People always go, "Oh, but why didn't you ask this, or why didn't you push back on that?" Okay, well, if it's not your show, it's my show.
Yeah, and also, it is 100%. And my vibe is this isn't an interview. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people get used to that watching the Tucker Carlson, you know, news things. Like even what's the guy's name, Piers Morgan, where it's this like. This isn't that. This isn't some. I can't debate people. I'm not going to debate. I'm not here to debate somebody. I'm like here to hear your point of view. I might not agree with that point of view, but I'm not going to argue and going, this is your point of view. I want to learn more about you. Like, what is your, like, because this is what you were saying in the beginning when you started. I'm going, there's the saying, like a wise man changes opinion when presented with new information, right? And a fool never does. And that's what it is. It's like, just learn more information. Find out something new. And this is why it completely just freaks me out, the fact that you got banned not for holding any of those positions, but just for questioning them and talking to people who hold different positions. And it's insane. And I think somebody within the chat was mentioning it earlier. If you go Google your name, they did to you what they did to Stefan Molyneux, where they just got, like completely like Jones like a conspiracy. No, I know, dude. I remember still watching that. I mean, like I remember like the first person I watched, that one of the first people I started watching was Stefan Molyneux. And I remember that's the first time I saw Aaron's Roots was on Stefan Molyneux. I didn't know who the fuck he was until he was on there. And I saw you, and then I was going, wow, okay, cool. There's an entire community. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's just new information. And you know?
The whole big thing is it depends on what your goal is. So like my goal changed, you know, in like early in 2019, early 2020, I was still just, you know, doing these live streams because they were fun. But when the whole COVID event happened, and I call it event because there was no, in my view, there was no pandemic. There was no biological event that occurred. Nothing biological occurred. Right? It was a psychological and military conspiracy. Absolutely. Yeah. And genuinely I mean that by the word conspiracy. Because anybody who thinks that there wasn't any conspiring going on is a complete moron, right? Like, explain to me how Boris Johnson and Cyril Ramaphosa both announced lockdowns in the same week and they use the same language. Is it just coincidental? Are you absolutely kidding me? Right? Do you honestly think that every world leader at the same time starts saying social distancing? I've never in my life heard that term, right? Social distancing. I mean, I've never in my life heard that term. And suddenly everybody around the world is saying it. everybody's being locked down, and everybody's got these stupid stickers on the ground saying stand 1.5 or 2 meters apart.
Right.
It's just coincidental. I mean, am I the one who's drunk? No.
No, dude, no. I completely agree with you. The one thing that this is the one thing the thing my main takeaway from COVID was I used to have hope in humanity, right? And then after COVID, I was going like, okay, I looked at it going, okay, I kind of understand now, because I was always used to think about this in the sense of going, how did Hitler convince the entire German population to support him? And I got like after COVID, I was like, okay, cool, I understand now. It's very easy.
I just realized, dude, I'm saying stuff that's going to get you demonetized. So let me just say it like this: there absolutely was no, because in my view, it was all and.
But this is the thing. It's like, oh, you know what the funny part is though? We just got monetized like a month ago, so it's fine. But we never really cared anyway. So, you know, I don't do this for the money. I've got a day job, and like I do this because I enjoy just talking to people, and it's like it's fun to have different conversations. And it's like, you know, but I think YouTube is very less on that front. I mean, I'm saying this now, and then tomorrow I'm going to get an email going.
But I mean, look, so I mean, my views on the whole thing. Let me give you a good example. So I interviewed a wonderful woman by the name of Jessica Hockett a few months ago. She has done some of the best research on the hospital data in New York in the year 2020. Right, so it's a very specific talking point. Right, she focused a huge amount just on what was going on in New York in 2020, looking at all the data from the hospitals. Now, the long and the short of it is the following: there was no deadly event occurring in New York. That's the long and short of it. But she came into my show and she said, you know, in early 2020, I started out looking at the hospital data in New York, and I found myself asking, did we really land on the moon?
Yes. No, but actually, you bring up something really interesting. I remember during COVID, I remember this memory where like I went and looked because they were talking about, there was this image. I remember the image bright as day where they showed the bodies being piled up outside by the morgue. And I was like, hold on. And
wait. It was all China. We all know it was China. And if it wasn't China, if it wasn't China, it was Iran.
No, but I remember looking at the data and I'm going, wait, hold on quickly. Because like there's just simple math we can use here, right? You go like, how many morgues are there available in New York? What is the daily death rate? And that's the amount of bodies that the morgues will be able to deal with on an average day. Then you go and look and going like, there was no spike in how many bodies they'd have to cremate. And they were going like, they were piling them up outside. And I went like, hold on.
Are you talking about the Holocaust or 2020?
2020.
Oh.
Yes. Good one though. See, but there's another thing we're not allowed to talk about. Can't speak about those things.
You're absolutely right. We absolutely cannot talk about 2020. But the thing is, right? You know what? Some people are gonna accuse us of being anti-Semitic. Let me just say for the record, right? I am absolutely not anti-Semitic. I have nothing against Arabs. All right, just so that we're clear.
No, but so I would actually ask you a question, Jerm. So like I've noticed it's like, because I mean I don't, obviously because you're on YouTube and like I see most of the stuff you post about and chat about on X, and then like I've now subscribed. Obviously your YouTube, you don't do stuff. So if somebody wants to follow you, where do they go? Do they go follow UK London? Because I saw they've got a channel on
just go to jermwarfare.com.
Okay, cool. Well, listen, for everybody, I've put the link in the description below. Yes,
with a J, not J,
the
with
proper
a G. Ugh.
Yeah,
take me years
but I mean, like, so,
to get this right.
But I mean, so the content that you focus on, is it like, is a lot of, because I've noticed there's a lot of people you chat to that is in the sort of medical field and virology and that type of stuff. Is that something that you're interested in? Is that why you go after them, or is like, or that you have these conversations, or is that just me seeing that side of the people you interview?
I don't go after anybody. I'm just trying to find out what the truth is. So ultimately, all I'm trying to do is to figure out how the puzzle pieces fit into the world's puzzle, right? That's it. Like I just want to figure out how the world works in some way, in some small way. And by doing that, I'm also developing my worldview, and I'm also proposing what I think are good ways to buffer against sort of like a technocratic future that is definitely coming, whether we like it or not. Agenda 2030 is a real thing. The UN Sustainable Development, these are all real things, right? And I don't know why people loved resorting to terms like conspiracy theorist, because like I'm just looking at, I'm not really interested in evidence, but I'm also not particularly interested in worrying about labels like racist or sexist or conspiracy theorist. I'm just kind of looking at stuff and trying to figure out the trends. I'm looking at history. I'm looking at where we are now. I'm looking at how I think the world works and who runs it and who doesn't run it, and why some of us were able to see through the COVID thing and why others weren't able to see through it, and what really happened on 9/11. My friend Nick Hudson, I've mentioned it before, you know, he says if it's a big event, if it's a big world event that requires a big response, you know for certain it is false, right? So 9/11 was absolutely 100% not what we're told. There's no possible way that a bunch of brown people from the Middle East flew planes into those buildings. There's no ways, right? Like an old
the
guy
fact that they found,
I mean,
the fact
an old
they
guy
found
with a beard and
unburned
Nokia 33
IDs.
can, I mean, it's
I mean, like,
obviously,
no,
obviously,
but so
the moon landing is
Sorry.
a big event. It's one of the biggest events. It's obviously fabricated to some degree. COVID was fabricated to a large degree. Every big event is fabricated to a massive degree. It's not what you're told. And people go, "Oh, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist." Are you drunk? What was the Zondo Commission like? Like, did you buy into all the media saying that there was state capture? Yes.
Who's been arrested?
Why? Well, because there were friends of the president that were capturing the state. That's a conspiracy, you absolute moron. All right. That
exactly.
is what the Zondo Commission was investigating, a conspiracy. And so before that it was a theory, which was a conspiracy theory about a conspiracy.
No, but I mean, this is the thing. Like, I mean, I've even made this argument with regards to, I mean, like you were talking about like people who are like out there. I mean, same with InfoWars guy.
Alex,
what's his name?
Alex
Jones. Like, I love Alex Jones.
He was on my show.
And I know. It's just, these are cool. Like, these are awesome people. You don't have to believe them, right? It's fine. But I like a lot of the stuff is like that. That's why the saying goes, there's the penny jar. Like, the Alex Jones was right jar, because he was right about so much shit. And it's going like, I want to hear these people's opinions. But like, I think my trigger point was I think, what do you call it? The red pill, the red pill.
Yeah, the red pill or Damascus moment, whatever. Like the way you
my moment was like, I think where like the entire government, everything cracked was the first, I think it was in like 1999 when I watched The Matrix for the first time. And then it was a few years later. No, it was a documentary. And then a few years later when I like after 9/11, and then I was going, and this is kind of the beginning of the internet, and I started seeing a few things you wouldn't get it. Like, there's no YouTube where you could watch it on. Someone would go, oh, this guy put this on some weird thing, and like they've downloaded it and gave me a disc, and they'd go watch it, put it in my computer in a file. I'm going like, somebody did a documentary on 9/11. I was going like 9/11. I was just like, I think that was the turning moment for me, going like, not a fuck. No way is this, the government is lying 100%. And then you start looking into the shit and you're going, there's a lot of things. And sorry, my point with Alex Jones was the whole thing with him, and this is where government does like a sort of I'd say like a dual wheel thing, where they also use situations, like the thing with him and Sandy Hook, right? So like I was going, okay, cool.
No, but that's
like my vibe on the. No, it is complicated. My vibe with Sandy Hook was going like, government can still use the situation, and they did. They used the situation of a real thing that happened, and they went, okay, cool, we're going to push the gun debate and push gun policy, which is what they did. But it wasn't a false flag in the sense of like the government falsely had this thing happen, and they can still use real, like you were saying, big things that happen, and they can use that situation and now create policy and an entire other thing around that to push an agenda.
Dude, I mean, with Sandy Hook, everybody knows that what actually happened was because, I mean, we don't want to get you demonetized, but we do know that the truth is.
So what? Get it?
But look, I mean, Alex, obviously Alex was threatened. His family was threatened behind the scenes.
Yeah, of course,
people don't really know what, people don't really know like the truth. But
also,
your family's
the fact
threatened, it gets very close to home.
No, dude. But that's what I was saying. Because what is your thoughts on this thing with I don't know. I don't know what your position is on Trump.
Let me just quickly just jump in here. Speaking of Alex, Alex is the only guy that I can think of in the world of broadcasting who can get away with cheesy camera work, right? And pull it off. Like he's the only guy. He's the only guy who goes, what I'm about to tell you. Come closer. and then the camera.
I love it.
He's the only guy who, to whom the camera will go right up to his face and he'll go,
yeah,
they're turning the freaking frogs gay.
No, but I dig Alex Jones, and I don't have the issue that you don't have to take everything. It's just he's entertaining to watch. At the same time, it's like I don't understand what people's vibe is about. I don't understand. I don't know if I could call it the leftist, the woke ideology of like something I don't like must be decimated. We need to kill it because I don't like someone else's opinion. Going like you just like I don't understand. Just like I come from the school of like sticks and stones can break my bones. Like just going like okay, cool. Like if I don't like hearing you, I just don't watch you. But I'm never going to try. I mean, this is like you said it earlier. Like people try to come after you. I'm like, I know with like Joe and them, Joe Emilio, they like you had people come after them as well. I'm going like, what fucking psychopaths are doing that just because they don't like your position or your personal opinion? They don't like it, so we're going to destroy you. It's insane to me.
There was a fact checker that started in 2020 called Real 411. I don't know if you remember.
I know them. So they're douchebags.
Yeah, they were funded by Soros.
Yes.
So Yassor was very funny. So we found out that they were funded by Soros. So we made a tweet about it, and then they responded going, one of the fact checkers said, "This is been fact checked and it's false." and then we said, "But hang on," and then we replied, showing them a screenshot from their own website.
Yeah.
That says that Soros funding, and then they came back saying, "Oh, sorry, it was we misread," and then they adjusted it. But they also, and I've still got the screenshots. But Real 411 said that they did a fact check on me saying, and in the middle of the fact check, they said something along the lines of, "But it would be great if Jerm was wiped off the face of the earth."
I remember that. Yeah. No hate speech. The South African Human Rights Commission aren't coming after them. No charges were laid because you're undesirable, Jerm.
And they kept it for a year and a half.
Yeah. No, it's insane. It's like, but I mean, that's the thing. When you go look into it, and this way, Real 411 connected to Media Monitoring South Africa. Media Monitoring South Africa gets money from the government. They get money from Soros. It's like, okay, like it's journalists who decided we're going to start an NGO, and then we get to say what's truth. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Honestly.
Yeah, so when anybody says like if it's been fact checked or it's a verifiable source or whatever, like whatever, like what does that even mean?
No, exactly.
The whole left-right thing. I think you were going to ask me about Trump a moment ago. Like the whole
what's your
what people? Yeah, like Trump is middle management, right? Like so let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah,
Biden, the guy couldn't even speak in full sentences, right? So like. Yeah. So here in South Africa, like we take pride in the fact that we have the world's most useless president, right? Now, it's very offensive when the world's most powerful economy puts a president in who's more useless than ours, right? So like, can we just not please take first prize in something? And
they stolen it from us.
You have Biden, who's the president of the United States. He can't speak in full sentences. He shits his pants, and then. People want to think that he pulls the strings. Obviously, he does not pull the strings.
Not. The entire thing.
So what makes anybody think that Trump pulls the strings? He doesn't pull the strings. He's middle management. All he has to do. Trump just handles a few things that he's allowed to handle. There are people above him. Like you already have the CIA, and you've got. But he's going to take down the deep state. No, he's not. He's the president of the United States. He's part of the system. And Elon Musk is part of the system.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a technocrat. Yeah, Elon Musk. I mean, Donald Donald Trump launches Warp Speed in 2020. It's a big vaccine rollout. And now he launches Stargate in 2025, which is an even bigger vaccine rollout. It's an mRNA, it's an mRNA $500 billion investment into mRNA vaccines, as well as mass surveillance using Starlink and all sorts of other stuff. Why do you think Ramaphosa went to the White House? It was to get Starlink into South Africa. It was part of the mass surveillance framework that Elon Musk is part of. Like, these guys are part of the system. This is part of what's coming in 2030. And then people think, well, Trump is going to save us. He's not going to save you. He doesn't care about Afrikaners. He doesn't care about you. He cares about himself and those people directly around him. That is it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Because I mean, the one thing, I think one of the major things that kind of like, in the beginning, I was like, yeah, cool. I got on the train of like, you know, like the idea of like, yeah, you're going to get a guy that's outside of politics and he's going to come in and is a business guy, even though he's a shady, dodgy fucking like dude that, you know, like does TV and stuff. I'm going, it's still better than like an entrenched, you know, politician. And then when he came in, I was going, but wait, hold on. What about the petrodollar? He's not going to stop that. That's the biggest fuck up that exists.
Dude, hold on. So, so do you know that in August 2019, right, before the COVID thing was rolled out, you know that in August 2019, in a town called Jackson Hole in the States, right, or city, the world's central bankers met. All the top central bankers, including Augustine Carstens, who's from the BIS. Now, most people don't even know what the BIS is. It is the Bank of International Settlements. It's the central bank above all central banks, right? It's a central bank of central banks. You can look him up. He's this big fat pig who's probably eaten all the money, right? He takes up most of the screen, right? And this dude comes from Mexico, I think, right? And he's the head of the BIS. These guys all met in August. And they all signed something called Going Direct. Going Direct was implemented during the COVID era by a bunch of governments. And what Going Direct is that the central banks were going to roll out something called CBDCs, which is it's a new type of digital asset that is going to take over. I've heard about it's going to take
I've heard about CBDCs,
Yeah. So it's going to take over the monetary system, right? And it's South Africa. The South African Reserve Bank is already in its final stages of testing CBDCs. You can go and look it up. You can read about it on MoneyWeb or whatever. Right? They've been doing it for years now. And in fact, if you have a Capitec app or an FNB app or whatever, it's already showing signs of people wanting to. It's already giving you examples of what the CBDCs are going to look like. CBDCs are an entirely new monetary asset. It's programmable money. The idea of Going Direct. Now I'm going somewhere with this. They decided that they're going to change the monetary system for more mass surveillance, more mass control. CBDCs are essentially programmable money where your money comes directly, it goes directly to you from the central bank, which effectively makes commercial banking redundant, like Capitec, FNB, Standard Bank. In order for those banks to stay in business, they have to adopt CBDCs, and they have to then adopt the policy.
Become part of the system.
Become part of the system, right? So that they can stay in business, which is exactly what is happening. And CBDCs means this, for example, they take away cash. If you go to Woolworths, you can almost no longer use cash. You have to use only card. All right. What happens is this. If you purchase something with a CBDC, which means central bank digital currency, it will be registered on your digital ID, which is attached to a central database linked to the central bank and, of course, the government. The precise purchase that you make will be registered. So if you put in diesel, it's going to say, Jerm put in this amount of diesel, and then they can say, well, you've exceeded your amount of carbon credits for the month, and we're going to penalize you. And they will then penalize you based on how much diesel you put in or how much red meat you buy, and it's all ties into the UN Sustainable Development Agenda. Am I a conspiracy theorist? No. It's openly available on the internet for you to read.
100%, dude. And they've been saying it for like, and this is the thing. It's like just if you're not sure of what someone says, just go listen to what they've been saying. They've been saying this shit for years. They've been saying it for years, going, we want to move in this thing. We want to move in a carbon-free fucking blah, 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 blah. They want to go like the root of China, social credit system.
There's no social credit system in China. Hold on.
What, really?
There's another myth. I went.
Yeah?
So I was there last year, and I want to go back. So firstly, China's amazing, right? Let me just say it right now off the bat. Oh, but China's communist. No, it isn't. If China were communist, if it were communist, it wouldn't become the world's most powerful economy that it's about to become. All right. You don't build Shanghai, which is like the world's most advanced city, if you're a bunch of commies, right? You don't.
No. Communism fails,
but it says Chinese Communist Party. Well, okay, so North Korea, the official name is the Democratic Republic of North Korea.
Yeah.
It's democratic. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the name says.
No, it's like Antifa. It's like, well, they're anti-fascist. I'm like, no, okay, sure. It's like, no, exactly. But wait, so you say, but I mean, like, my position, I haven't been to China.
It's hyper-capitalist.
No, but
you can do whatever you want.
But I completely agree with you there. But I mean, like, I know economically they're capitalist, like to the ultimate, right? But aren't they still sort of communist with regards to government? Like,
what does it even mean? Like, what does communist mean? And that these terms just fall apart. Like, okay, so China's got a population of 1.5 billion people, and you want to label the entire country with one word. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So yes, sure, it's a country that has a central government, a very centralized government, and there's no voting. Well, listen. Bring that to South Africa so we can have a successful country, dude. Like, whatever they're doing is working, right? So bring it here, because whatever we're doing is not working, right? Firstly, China's got very strong borders. We don't. So if they're communist, well, that's a great thing. Whatever, right?
Yeah, no one can immigrate to China. You just can't. You never hear of people immigrating to China
because they've got tight borders, and also because because if you look like you and I, we're not Chinese, so they're not going to allow you. You can be a resident there, but you can't become Chinese.
But otherwise you're
going to change the ethnicity over time if you do.
And they don't want that.
No,
exactly. And the thing is, no one's upset about that.
No one calls them racist.
No one is, because they're not.
And they also and so what if they don't vote? Like, why do people think voting is such a good thing? I'm opposed to democracy. I think democracy is a terrible idea. I think it's
I'm agree with you. I'm totally with you on that one. I'm thinking democracy. I've started going that same route.
Yeah, like a dictatorship that isn't King Joffrey is quite appealing to me. Or even a monarchy is great. Hans Hermann Hoppe has written about this. He argues why monarchy is superior to democracy. And I don't mean, and people go, oh, but the royal family in the UK. No, that's not what we're talking about.
That's not really like,
it's not even a monarchy anymore, right? Like,
agreed. That's about 100%. That's not a monarchy at all anymore.
But I mean, if you want
to, the idea of it, but
if you want to, I'm not saying China's utopia. If you want to protest the government, well, that's not a good place to go, right? They don't like protests. And so, like, if you're a political cartoonist, you're not going to do terribly well there. But choose your battles, dude. Choose your battles. If you want to talk about the then you can, because if you think that Adolf wasn't such a bad guy, then you can talk about that in China, right? But you can't talk about that in Europe. In Europe, it's a criminal offense.
Of course.
It depends on what it is you want.
How's it different then? Because it's almost like the same thing, but it's like you go China bad, but you can't, like, what I mean, you can't even pray outside of a mosque in your head in Europe. Okay, I'm sure you can do that in China, and they don't give a fuck if you did.
They don't care.
Seems like the UK is worse.
But you also have to understand, like, there's also a very old culture in China. There's a deep-rooted culture of respect. Like, if you go to the restaurants there, a lot of the waitresses, they'll bow at you, and you're like, well, this is weird, but it's a cultural thing. And they don't really question authority. And the beautiful thing about not voting is that they don't talk about politicians. In China, here's what's very weird, and it's very funny. You aren't allowed to speak about the president, negatively or positively. You just simply cannot mention him by name.
Oh wow. So I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to be acknowledged at all. And so people there, they don't care about politics. They just get on with their lives, and you can do whatever you want. You can make a lot of money. You can open any business you want, and And I mean, let's be honest, Chinese cars are entering South Africa and they're pretty damn amazing. Haval and GWM are incredible. And also Cherry. I just wouldn't buy a car called Cherry because that's very homoerotic.
Yeah,
but
it is very, it's got a homo vibe to it. It sounds gay.
But I mean, dude, and BYD, I mean, these are great cars.
What's BYD?
I
don't even know with half the
build your dream is a terrible name, but
no, but dude, like the Haval cars are
vehicles.
Absolutely insane, dude. Like, no, dude,
Yeah.
I got a Kia, and then a good buddy of ours, like the drummer for the band, like he got an Haval, and it was like, man, that is sexy. It's like it's really it's a great car. I mean, I'm no issue with it. I'm not like old school, like the Chinese, you can't buy shit from them. It's like, bro, 90%. My phone is from China. Everything I own, this mic is probably from there.
Yeah, I'll probably
don't have an issue with them.
Made in Taiwan or something.
It probably does. Everything is made is manufactured. But I mean, like that's China. The reason the reason we can have minimum. I've heard this argument somewhere. I'm just probably going to butcher it. The reason we have minimum wage in countries like South Africa is because the Chinese production. Because of China's production, that's why we can have minimum wage in other countries.
Do yourself a favor, all right? Go onto YouTube and type in Shanghai Motor Show. It's probably like one of the most impressive car shows in the world, dude. You want to see the most advanced cars coming out now. They're coming out from China. And that's not cheap junk.
Dude, I've seen some TikToks of this stuff, and it's
incredible,
next level, dude. The tech is...
It's unbelievable. And I mean,
like you could push a button and you change the inside of your entire car, like the color scheme. It's like it's fucking insane.
There are a bunch of things that happened that have unfortunately pushed European and American cars down. There was a time where German cars and Japanese cars were the best, right? That time is sort of coming to an end. Why?
Yeah.
Because they spent too much money and too much time on electric cars. And they unfortunately neglected ICE cars, and now China, who doesn't care about any of that stuff, have now taken the lead, and cars like Mercedes and BMW and Volvo and whatever Ford
Jaguar
are struggling now. They're struggling to catch up because they invested way too much resources into batteries, and everybody now knows that battery powered cars are ridiculous and they're not going to work.
But I mean, you know what I do? I do hear a lot of advertising for electric cars, but like no one can give me one thing I don't hear is like what's the price comparison? Because I think I did this a while back, and it's like, it's going to cost you a fuckload more to charge your car. And I mean, like if we're doing an electric, I mean, just the basic math in South Africa is like the price of electricity is increasing by like now, just approved for 12% again, or 11%. It's going, okay, so petrol doesn't go up by 11% every year. You nuts. Like in 5 years' time, you won't be able to drive anywhere. You'll go, and then stop. But then the same thing, I hear the shit on the radio going, oh, well, we should drive less and we should eliminate cars from like, the Cape Talk and all this shit. And I'm going like, fuck off, man.
The best Chinese vehicle in South Africa right now, in my view, other than the Haval H6, is probably the tank. The tank. I mean, firstly, it's called a tank. So like that is Tank 300, dude. It is one of the best 4x4s in South Africa right now. It's obviously quite new, so give it 10 years. But I think now it is killing it. You must check all the videos. It is beating.
Cool.
It's beating Jeep Wrangler. It is beating Toyota. It is beating Isuzu. It is doing an amazing job, dude. Tank 300. I took one for a test drive. Incredible.
Fun.
Yeah, wow. Dude. I took the 2.4 turbo diesel out for a drive. Amazing.
Oh wow.
I mean,
but you also go do hunting, so you do like outdoory 4x4 thingies, right? Because I've seen you do like you go hunting quite often. Oh, not often, but you go hunting.
Yeah, I go hunting. I'd like to go hunting more often, but it's difficult though because it's only a certain time of the year and you got to have money and you have
no, it's fucking expensive.
It is quite
expensive.
It's
very expensive.
It's expensive to bring the meat down. Back.
Because I heard like there's an entire process. You got to take it to a dude, and he's got to cut it down for you. Got to pay him, and then like you have to pay for each buck. So you can't just like be gun ho and like got him, and like for everything you shoot, you pay for, basically.
But
right?
also when you have a child, your life kind of gets quite complicated for a while.
So wait, speaking of kids, are you? Oh wait, are you going to just have one, or do you want like more? You had one, now you're going to go on another one.
Well, the answer is I definitely, but that's very dependent, I guess, on a combination view of me and my wife. I mean, I could have another kid, but then I just wouldn't tell my wife.
Yeah, she'll kill you. You're going to piss a woman off, like.
No, but I think, I mean, look, I think we all know that, having more than one kid is great, but I mean, life is complicated also, and in many ways
it's costly as well.
Yeah, so there are a lot of variables involved. So I think the best answer is we'll see.
Yeah. I've kind of gone the one like I would want one, just full attention, provide the best I can for one kid. Yeah.
But yeah, if you're on the market for a car, by the way, go test drive the Tank 300 and then let's talk.
It looks awesome. And I mean, like China was like, what did you go there for, if I may ask? Just went on holiday?
No. Well, I mean, look. So
you're going to the Wuhan vibe?
No. So like, because I interview because most of my content now is international. It's not local.
Yeah.
I meet a lot of international people, and so I've had the great privilege of being flown around the world a few times by some of my guests.
Damn.
One of my guests flew both me and my wife to the Netherlands.
What? That's gift.
Yeah, it was great. We flew to Amsterdam and spent some time there, and then another another one flew me across to China, and I'm actually flying next week to Dubai.
Oh yeah, you said I was going like maybe like because we were chatting. I was going maybe next week if you can't do. And you're like, so what are you doing in Dubai?
I'm going to the UFC.
Fuck off, dude! That's awesome.
Yeah,
just for funsies.
Yeah, I'm just going for a boys' weekend.
Darth Sean, just write down. Listen, we need to just
listen. You need to up your game.
Listen, obviously. We need to start talking to the right people. Let's just make a list of like I know Elon watches this.
There was a guy that I knew, but like he kind of died in prison. Something.
Yeah, I mean we were going to ask him, but he apparently died.
Yeah, he's got a kick-ass island, but it's not.
Yeah, he's got a kick-ass island.
There's an interesting question here. Someone's asking, please ask Jerm what he would do about the elephant problem in Kruger, Botswana. I'm fascinated that somebody knows about that. So many people do not know about that issue.
Wait, is this the one where there's overpopulation of elephants?
Dude, there's a huge overpopulation of elephants. But
yeah, I think I've heard of that. I heard this recently somewhere. I can't remember where, but enlighten us.
Well, okay, so the answer to the question is culling. Yes, you have to cull the elephants. Yeah. That's the answer. I've done a couple of shows on this also. The reality is that the elephant culling program started a few decades ago, and it ended in 1994. So in the Kruger National Park, there's a whole culling operation in Skukuza. Skukuza is one of the major. It's the major camp in Kruger. You can land an airplane there. You can fly there. But that has been offline basically since 94. There's been no counting of elephants. There's been no culling of elephants. And so what's happened is that the elephants have populated, and you go, well, what? It doesn't sound so bad, excepting that elephants are very big, and they destroy everything, and they destroy everything faster than what everything can regrow. And so what's happening is that the Kruger National Park is slowly dying, thanks to elephants populating more and more and more, and bird life leaving, certain animal life leaving, and different types of grasses now are growing in those dead areas, which is not nice for eating. So the animal migration routes change and everything. The whole thing is a massive, massive problem. And there's a fence around Kruger, which means that the elephants cannot leave. And so what they've done from time to time is they've taken down that fence against Mozambique. And the elephants would cross over into Mozambique, and guess what? They get poached. So the elephants come back to the South African side. Couple that with the fact that you'll have guys from Mozambique running across now because there's no fence into South Africa to become, illegal immigrants, and so you end up with another problem. So the whole thing is a mess. I don't know about Botswana. I know Botswana also has too many elephants. But the reality is that somebody has to sign documents, and somebody has to take a rifle, and somebody has to go. But the problem also is that when you cull elephants, you got to cull the whole family because they are very family orientated, and that means killing the babies, killing everything.
Oh, fuck.
I could not do it. I don't have the heart to do that.
And that sounds rough. But I mean, it's like one of those. It has to be done. Otherwise, like it endangers. Because I mean, I went to Knysna like a couple of months ago. And we went to the elephant vibe there, and they were like, "Listen, the elephant doesn't have any natural predators. There's nothing that attacks an elephant. Lions don't.
No.
They don't. They're just too big, and especially in a big group, there's nothing you can do. So you have to cull them.
You have to cull them, and well, they so yes, Jerm the conspiracy theory is coming back, but I do know. I can tell you that I won't say how I know, but I can tell you that there is talk within the high ranks at the Kruger National Park to revitalize the Skukuza culling operation. So the warehouse that they used to use for the culling is being refurbished.
Oh, wow.
But there's no official word on why. So it's all speculation now, but I can tell you now that they're probably thinking about reintroducing the culling program because they've tried darting the elephants with contraception. Doesn't work. 6 months later, they can mate again. And on top of that, do you have any idea how difficult it is to know which elephants you've darted with contraception? So it's a very difficult process. And of course, when female elephants mate and they don't fall pregnant, they get angry and frustrated, and they start breaking down even more trees. So
hectic.
So the whole thing is just a cyclical problem that gets amplified. And the reality is that you have to kind of open up hunting or culling.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it just seems like the most logical solution. But then obviously we're going to have people like the gun-free people, gun-free SA or some organization like that going, it's totally inhumane. But the entire ecological system is going to suffer because you're not willing to, because it feels bad. That's like a nature though.
And also the problem is that you've got towns and cities right around the Kruger National Park. So for example, at the Palabora gate, you literally got the city of Palabora that's right against the gate, the one gate of Kruger. You can't expand the Kruger National Park. It is what it is. And the only way to keep the balance within Kruger is to keep the balance within the animal life.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that hunts an elephant really.
No, nothing.
A few babies might get hunted here and there by predators, but but the whole thing.
There's no way there's no way a pack of lionesses can take down an elephant. There's just and also elephants are like a herd. This is what I was told when we went, and it was like they literal herds. So you get 10 elephants versus 20 lions. It's never going to happen. Like there's no way you can't take it down. It's like apparently only the old bulls, but that's the old bull is on his way out because he gets segregated. He's like and then maybe a couple of hyenas take him down, but it's rare.
And if you want to, I go to the Kruger National Park almost every year with my wife. I've been there twice in the last year.
Dude, I've been since I was 14, 15.
No, it's great. But if you want to actually see the problems that are going on there, you need to look at satellite imagery of the Kruger National Park. And all you have to do is look at some of the camps like Bergendal, which is in the south of Kruger, all right? And the campsite itself is beautiful, but right outside the campsite, it's just all flat and dead.
Because they've just...
Yeah, and that's not because they got sprinklers inside the campsite and keeping it all beautiful and lush. It's because everything that's outside of the campsite has been destroyed.
Yeah.
There are big parts of Kruger that's dead, completely dead. And there's just no life there. And it takes a long time for the ecosystem to regrow.
No, of course. I mean, also elephants get old as shit. I mean, like they fucking get old, right? So and then and this is the thing. So what? Like they're not culling them because obviously it's a what's like Greta Thunberg is going to get upset. Basically, that's why they're not doing it.
They say so. One of the questions is, can they not move the elephants to another country? Okay, so how? So the question is how?
Yeah.
So do you have any? So think about this, right? An elephant's massive. So what do? You got to put that elephant on a truck. What sort of truck do you need to put just one elephant on, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to drive it. But hold on, which country? Okay, so let's say Botswana. They've got too many elephants, so Botswana is not going to say yes. So what? Okay, so Mozambique. Okay, then you got to drive it all the way there. But you can't just drive it there. You have to stop, and it has to get off the truck, and you have to allow it to drink and graze and stuff, right? Then you got to get it back onto the truck, and that's just one elephant. You have to move a whole family. You got to move the whole family, and to move. And also, you can't take elephants. Well, to move a single elephant between countries is something like $100,000. So who's going to pay for that?
Yeah, no. That's. But also the thing is, and you can't just take it to you can only take it to a specific area because it needs to be in its specific environment. Also, you can't take it to. It's like Australia. You can't take it to. You can't take it to certain places because it needs.
Dude, moving an elephant's not like taking your hamster to Johannesburg.
No. It's like the cost involved is insane. I mean, like, and this is the sad. But the thing is, this is nature, right? It's like, it's vicious. It's like every single thing kills the other thing. But it's like when humans do. I mean, I've got a nice solution for it. You just, there's a whole bunch of like America loves hunting. Let them come and hunt elephant here. It's like oh, cool. You can take like the ear back and put it on your wall or some shit. It's like you're gonna sort the problem and you can make money doing it. But obviously now. It sounds vicious, but it's like, listen, it needs to happen. Like,
and the other thing is, then you do that, but then the Facebook warriors.
Yeah, of course. No, 100%. Oh my God, look at this person that they hunted an elephant. Like, yeah, but do you understand that it's killing every other species? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, the lack of rationality.
Have you seen that clip of the chick? Some sort of feminist, and she's at a pond and she's tuning the male duck to stay away from the female duck. You've seen that, right?
Yeah, because apparently the duck was graping the
the male duck was raping the female duck.
However, let me just say for the record, you just have a Chinese buck here so good these days you can put an elephant on it. I'm telling you
now. But do that. I mean, can't tell China, listen here. I mean, they're like 1.2 billion people. Then you feed them. Couple of elephants. Hey, that's good eating.
One elephant, dude, is like it'll keep a whole town going for forever. I've never eaten elephant. I don't know what it tastes like.
I would try everything once, except for maybe dog. But I probably have eaten. I don't know, without me knowing. No, I haven't. I don't want to eat dog, but I mean, I would try elephant. I've had shark, crocodile.
Good.
I would totally eat like, dude, some elephant biltong. That's gonna be awesome. I just hope it's not super tough.
But
bro, elephant brisket.
In any event, the Kruger is dying, and that is the reality. And so, if you can go to the Kruger, go now. Unless they decide to do something, but at the moment they just shame. The rangers work there. I will say this: the rangers in Kruger are amazing. They work the best that they possibly can. I've spoken to a number of rangers there, dude. I mean, they got so many battles going on. They're fighting poachers and all sorts of things.
Dude, I heard like you speaking of that. I heard something. I think it was yesterday or the day before on the radio where like what is it called? One of the rangers got into trouble because one dude was like, one of the rangers got struck by a poacher. It's like, bro, that's not easy living. That's insane. It's like, that's hardcore. And I mean, I don't know. That's a rough one.
But in any event, that's my answer to the Kruger question. Sorry about that. It was a long,
that was fun though. That's a good answer.
But yeah,
I love our long answers.
So these are all the sorts of things that I cover. I cover a wide range of topics. You asked me a question about diet earlier. I'm very fascinated by diet. I'm intrigued by it. Why? Because as Tim Noakes said to me, everything starts with what's on the plate in front of you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to fight in information war, if you want to, I don't know, have a good life, if you want to fight battles in the information space or whatever, media, whatever, you have to think sharp, you have to be sharp, all that sort of stuff, and all of that comes from what you consume. You know, if you're just eating junk food all day, you're going to get fat and you're going to get diabetes.
No, of course.
And you're going to get sick, and you won't be effective.
No, 100%, dude. No, totally agree with you. Yeah, interesting.
Do you though?
What? Oh, fuck off! You're such a dick bag. Such a dick bag. I'm like a little chunky, okay? Little bit.
Joking.
You're such a dick bag.
Joking. Fuck.
Whatever. I hate you.
Feelings mutual.
Sorry.
But in any event, these are all the sorts of things that I cover, because I cover personal health, I cover tradition, the importance of tradition.
Yeah, I'm completely with you on tradition.
Trying to figure out how the world works. Who's in control of things? Is it the Jews? Is it the black nobility? Is it the Rothschilds? Is it the Committee of 300? Is it frameworks? Is it policy structures? All these sorts of things. I mean, there are people running various aspects of the world, and I find that pretty fascinating. Also, who starts all the wars? Who, central bankers? What's the involvement? How do you buffer against mass surveillance? How do you buffer against? I mean, are people even aware that the internet is going to soon become digital ID orientated access? You won't be able to access the internet without your digital ID. I mean, having to. I know
Australia's been pushing for this digital ID. I think they've been the most vocal about it. I mean, I'm talking about in general news. I've heard Australia's been pushing about it because there's always this reason for it. Oh, like this event happened, and we need to do this because, to save the kids, save the children, we need like digital ID because, people say mean things or something. But it's like, I know they've been pushing in that direction. I think the UK as well. Do you think they'll be able to implement it?
If you go onto Twitter, and then one of the things that's trending is the EFF. Honestly, in my view, I really don't care about the EFF. I don't care about local politics. It's just all low resolution stuff. Yeah, it has some impact, I guess, to a local degree, and I'm not dismissing it entirely.
No, of course. It's just it's not your purview of interest, or there's bigger things, there's bigger fish to fry. Basically.
Well, it depends. It's all relative. It depends on what's important to you. I'm not. There are people fighting good battles. So Ronaldo spends a lot of time on local politics, and that's good. I don't need to. He's doing it, and other people are doing it, whatever. Joe, etc. I'm interested in ideas, why things are the way they are, and also stuff that's out there, the stuff that's underneath the pyramids. You saw about that.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's bonkers.
I'm so excited for that shit, dude. Why are we not digging a fucking hole today? Dig a hole. Just dig a hole.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know about all these things. I want to know. Were there ancient civilizations before us? How were the pyramids built? I'm watching a series now called The Night Manager. Have you checked it? It's very good.
Oh yes. Started with yes, I remember. We started. I think me and the wife started watching it.
With you, Laurie.
Yeah. I think I watched the first couple of episodes. It's based on a book that she watched, a book that she read. She's like, we need to watch the series. So I think we started it and then somehow stopped somewhere because we don't. Watch.
And then in it you see Egypt and you see the pyramids and you go, okay, but again, how did they build them? And this is part of our history that I want to know, and I'm fascinated by, and I want to know about is Earth flat or are we spinning in space? And or do aliens exist? And whatever. Why can't we go to the Antarctic? Why is it a military zone? Sort of thing. And
that's the thing. What's the word for it? Where it's it's people living. Is it a monolith? Not a monolith. Fucking wrong word. But it's you can't ask the question. I remember when the flat Earth theory came out, I was like, okay, this is interesting because I like conspiracies. And then people were going are you crazy? This is horseshit. I'm going, yeah, no matter. It's just whatever. So what the fuck? So is the Matrix. But it's an interesting conspiracy. Just to go down and go, okay, cool. What does this person say? What does this person say? What is their evidence for it? I got people who are going, oh, how can you watch this? You're a lunatic. And I'm going, it's just interesting. God, oh my God, you've got alien shit on TV and amazing ancient aliens. No one's tuning me for watching that. They're going, half the stuff's also conspiracy.
And
It's
I
like,
mean,
why? I'm just
yeah,
interested.
but I mean, if you think about like the whole like flat Earth thing, like I'm fascinated by it. Like I'm honestly fascinated by it. I don't know. I don't believe NASA. Like for the most part, and I personally can't verify, what they say or what the flat earthers say. But I will say that if I fly an airplane and I look out the window, the horizon does look completely flat. That is
That's the thing. They're
100%.
There are great arguments that they make, right? And it's like going,
and
like this. Sorry, Karen.
By the way, I don't know any flat earther who got the jab.
That's also true.
Not one. I don't know any, but I know lots of atheists and sort of conventional thinkers who lined up for like 2-3 boosters, and so So who's actually more of a critical thinker, even if they're wrong?
Yeah, no, even if they're wrong, that's the thing. It's like, but the things that I have a major issue with is the sort of, it's not gatekeeping. It's just like we need to stop people of even thinking about that. Like, but why? Why can't we ask questions? People don't give a shit if someone wants to start a new fucking religion, and they're no one's stopping the Santon mom or like the Constantia mom from exploring crystals and astrology and all this shit. It's like no one's going, oh my god, how dare you get into that? Like it'll rot your brain. But just asking questions about government conspiracy, it's like, oh, you go down that road. It's like YouTube, we need to ban this stuff, and we need to. People can't look into it. So what? So what? If they look into it, it's like they must be. And that's the thing, is you making it's almost like the Streisand effect, where you're going, wait, hold on, like why don't you want us to look into it?
Well, that's why.
What's going to happen?
Well, so the first time Spotify took down my podcast was after I did a show about Earth being flat.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously? That's insane. You were having a conversation with somebody about their position on it, and they took down your thing. That's insanity, though.
Yeah.
Like,
and then the second time, I don't know why. And then now my show's back on podcast, back on Spotify.
That's really insane. Because I mean, I bet you $1,000 if you had a conversation with somebody about why it's a good reason to maybe, change your sex, that wouldn't be demonetized. I mean, you could.
They're cool with that. They're very cool with that.
They're cool with that. Like totally, like just to, mutilate yourself. That's what. No, irreversible procedure, totally cool, but how dare you contemplate something, a different idea? It's like, it's insane. It's really insane.
And these are just conversations, like you're not actually doing
exactly anything. No, you didn't go and like throw out the thing or like burn all your maps and like delete Google Maps. Like you've done none of that. It's like you're having a conversation about someone who has an opinion, and that's the same thing. I couldn't understand it. People just lost. There's certain topics you're just not allowed to talk about.
And it's that I do want to talk about. Like the moment people go, well, you should talk about that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to talk about that. I'm especially going to talk about because I think it's worth talking about, and certainly why there certainly weren't sick killed in a certain time period of history. We aren't allowed to talk about certain world events either.
Yeah, that's the sad part. And then this is and it's kind of silly though. I mean, do you think there's a little green light at the end of the tunnel with it when it comes to stuff like maybe like AI? I mean, like this is the downside now. When I kind of was like, there was hope, there was a glimmer of hope in my eyes, and then the thing with Grok, where it's like, okay, well, let's just take away all filters, and then it's just like it bases information on what people.
You know what I loved about that,
and it just went south, and we need to program it.
Let me tell you what I loved about that. Actually, what it showed is that we have nothing to worry about. AI will never take over. All right, it's just a big mess. AI is a complete sham. Like, have fun with it. That's all it is.
No, totally. That's the one thing. It's like every single thing is programmed. There is no. I mean, again, it's like it's a bullshit term. There is no artificial intelligence. It's just machine learning. It's just artificial.
That's all it is. It's just algorithms designed for specific tasks.
It's a quick search in Google and giving you answers, and then like adapting a voice model onto it. That's all it is. There is no artificial intelligence. I started not giving a fuck about it, but it used to irritate me every time like the guy on the radio goes, "Oh, AI is." It's not really AI. It's not intelligent. It's programmed. For the love of God, it's just programmed. It's Google search with lots of machines, lots of processing power.
Yes, and also if we can't define intelligence, how the hell can we engineer it?
I mean, yeah, no, that's also true. 100%. Fuck, that's a good one.
Like what exactly is intelligence?
Yeah.
If you don't know precisely what it is, then how can you actually engineer it? How can you build it?
Fuck. I love that. I love moments like this where there's a term that you've used and you go, wait, have you thought about the term? And you go, wait, I haven't. And then it's just like, okay, oh great. Now it's now it's hours of just contemplating. I love moments like this where this is the thing about talking to people where there's a thing and it's the most minuscule little thing and you're just like, oh shit, wait, hold on. That's right. I haven't thought of it like that. It's just like that little moment.
Well then we need to make it sound more epic. Hang on. I'm looking for
like that space sound, like
so we need wait. So what was the line? Wait. Give me a second.
No, go for it, dude.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
If we don't know what intelligence is,
That's awesome.
What are you using? What is the vibe that you're using? Is it like a stream deck or something?
Roadcaster.
I've got a Rode microphone. What am I? I'm using Rodecaster. I'm using Rode
this
Connect.
one's probably better. This was probably better.
if we don't know what intelligence is, how can we engineer it?
Awesome.
There you go. Oh, hectic, man. But Jerm, listen, I don't want to keep you too late, dude. Like
No
you've got,
problem.
like, kids and you've got kids and like. I would do an entire interview like that just with somebody.
Even if I speak like this.
Definitely.
I wouldn't be able to take someone seriously.
No, you wouldn't be able to.
I'd laugh.
What? Do a whole interview like this?
Yes.
Oh shit!
You got to do it
Wait,
while
hold
you're
on,
high.
my AirPods just died.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Dude.
I love these effects.
Oh, they're awesome. Mork's earphones died. He's using AirPods. Yeah, he can't hear what we say about him.
Oh,
quick, guys. Let's talk shit about him while we can.
All right. Well then, what we can talk about?
Right.
Hey Mork, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. How's it?
All right. I sound like the Kiffness.
Yes, you do. Start making tracks.
Yeah, I have to go soon.
It's fine. Yeah, no, it's same here, dude. Same here. It's like, dude, it's so much fun.
Someone said, "Don't look at the clock," so I'm going to look at the clock.
Babe. It's fine, babe. Okay. Sorry. So, what did you say? Someone don't look at the
clock.
Someone said, "Don't look at the clock."
Someone to look at the clock.
Well, what's the time? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. So what? It's fun. It's fun having conversations. Oh, I love that one. I want to get back a voice on. Yeah. But thank you, Jerm. Like, it's really awesome for you to come chat with us. And then, like, I mean, like, honestly, like, if you ever, I mean, I know you're busy, but I mean, I'm going to ask you again sometime, and I hope that's cool with you.
Sorry, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to press that.
You're going to press the sad one. No. No, I can't. Fuck you.
But anyway, it was a pleasure being here.
Oh, dude, it's so awesome, man. Thanks, dude. And like, listen, where can I've linked your website in the link below. Please go subscribe to Jerm or follow him. Just follow him on X. Come on, like, go to X and follow Jerm.
You can go to jermwarfare.com.
That's so wrong.
We should do a show like this while we're high. We'll take an edible in the beginning, and we just do a show like this.
No,
I'd
like
love
that,
it.
you want to get banned. That's how you get banned from
Yeah.
take
I'd
an
love
edible, and then do that.
Yeah, right.
Imagine doing a whole interview like this, but like talking about something serious like COVID-19 and vaccines and the booster shot.
Slippery pickle. Jerm, watch out for Langley. Langley as in. I think it's like. Do you mean Langley as in like the CIA?
I don't know what Langley means, but
I don't know what that means.
But yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's been great fun.
No, dude, it was absolutely amazing, dude. And yeah, you're it's so rad. It's so rad to chat to somebody I 5 years ago like watched on the thing and go like, oh my god, this dude's cool. Like have a conversation with you like years later. It's like it's super rad, man.
Hold on, let me just check quickly. So I'm having a look at my schedule. So tomorrow I am.
Who are you talking
Okay,
to?
Are you ready for this? I'll tell you what I'm recording or who I'm recording with tomorrow. I'm recording tomorrow with a guy called Germar Rudolph. Have you heard of him?
No.
Rather just type him in instead of me having to explain who he is.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Germar. Germar. He's German. Germar Rudolph.
Oh. That's going to be a app. Fuck, that's a great conversation. See, that's the thing. You can't have that conversation here. So so wait, his position. So it's about that thing that happened.
Yes.
How do I say this on YouTube without getting like? Because I know this is a trigger.
Easy.
You can't.
Easy. It's about embers.
Wait, I can do this. I don't have to say it. I can share it and just go like. There we go. Wait. So wait, you're having a conversation with this dude?
Yeah, he's coming into my show tomorrow. And then on Monday, I'm chatting to a guy called Patrick Wood. So if you don't know who he is, it's really, yeah. So he is pretty much the central hub of anything to do with the word technocracy. So if you want to know what technocracy or technocrats are, Patrick Wood is your go-to. I think his website is technocracy.com. I think, I'm not sure, but he's incredible. And then also next week, I'm flying to Dubai, so I don't have a very busy schedule next week. But I do after that. No, I can't see my schedule so far ahead now. But I've got quite a bunch of stuff lined up.
So, dude, do you still book them yourselves, or like, are you at that level now where you've got like somebody that sort of books people for you, or you just like you still reach out to people and go like I want to talk to them and hectic, cool.
Yeah, Mike Eden was on my show 2 weeks ago. Don't know if you know who he is. He was a former exec at Pfizer. He was high up in Pfizer, and he's completely anti-Pfizer now.
See, that should scare everyone in the world. Like that should scare you, like just beyond.
And then I had a very interesting chat also 2 weeks ago. It'll come out this coming week with the woman. She's a Christian Arab. Phenomenal conversation. She lives in Lebanon. Most interesting conversation about being a Christian in a Muslim majority region. Very, very interesting. I
mean, it sounds scary though.
No, not really. It's scary if you believe Western propaganda.
What's
scary? What's scary is the IDF flying jets over her all the time, and there's the scary part.
No,
it all depends.
100%.
It all depends on what your perspective is.
Yeah, what you've been taught to believe, or what you're 100%.
No, hectic, dude. Anyway, there you go. thanks. I didn't read all the comments. I just saw a few, like the elephant one and one or two others. But I hope you had a good time. I enjoyed myself.
No, it was awesome, dude. Thank you so much. And big up, thanks to the chat. Thanks to everybody. Darshan, thank you. Jerm, you're amazing, dude. Thanks. I mean, if you want to hang around 1 second, then I can end the show and then just say bye to you in like 2 seconds. If that's cool, guys. Thanks so much. Remember to go follow Jerm, and then
Geopolitics.com.
Geopolitics.com, and then we'll see you guys on Saturday.